Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 130.
Dang, boy. 130?
I knew you were going to say that.
Dang, boy. Who's number 130 that was good?
What, you look like you're losing weight. You look like you haven't worked out in the last couple of weeks. Why aren't you working out?
You see my pictures on Facebook or something? Do I look skinny?
I'm looking at you now here on Zoom, and it looks like you look a little bit skinny. I don't know what's happening.
I feel like dog fuck today, homeboy. I'm not playing around, and I'm going to suck it up like a man because that's what I do. I feel like shit. My head hurts. I played like shit in golf. You know, I couldn't sleep because you drank too much, and you know how you're dehydrated and you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, fuck, your sugar levels all over the fucking place. I feel like shit today, Andy, but I'm still going to bring it for you.
Yeah, I may need to go back to the allergist. You know, I went to her and she loved me. I mean, she still like sends me messages. She actually sends me
good looking
messages, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Much. Oh, yeah, she loves me. She
cool.
She did a skin test. She'd never seen a skin test like this before.
Yeah, okay? You got beautiful skin, I will say.
And so now,
nothing. You never go anywhere. You don't go outside in the sun. Like your skin's never like taking a beating on anything. That's why it's kind of pure.
Well, that's not true. That's not true at all.
I believe it is true.
I sat outside.
I don't think you've ever fell off your bike.
Oh, back in the day, kids nowadays, they don't even know what like a.
Is that mine or yours?
When you fall off the bike, when you like skin your knee, like it never happens. They all wear knee pads.
Yeah. They all wear knee pads.
It's like I remember like taking some serious falls, man, and like you just come back, your knees and elbows are just destroyed. You'd get like a scrape even under your eye. These kids have no idea.
I remember being with my billet family one time, and speaking of knee pads, the billet mom's like, "Honey, where are my knee pads? I got volleyball tonight." The billet dad goes, "They're right by the bed where you left them." I started talking.
The 85-year-old guy said that?
Oh, no, this is my other billets. No. Hell no. Hell no. These are the funny ones. Yeah. I got rid of them. I had to get out of that fucking mess.
Hey, let me just tell you this. I don't want to chirp you too much here. It's a Monday. It's been a long weekend too, man. I mean, my energy level right now is probably at about 30%. I got to really find that second gear, which you know I will.
I know. I got to too, baby.
You need to go. First off, I told you this forever. You needed new clothes, but now you need new golf clothes. If you're going to be golfing, dude, you got to look the part. When you're
what I look like? Was I too purpley?
Well, yesterday you were pink, and you had to wear a pink Whitney hat.
I know. Fuck that. We love the guys, but I don't want to like wear a pink. I'd rather wear a Cam and Strick, but I don't have a purple one. I needed to be color coordinated. Damn it. Kate's like, no, you're gonna have to wear the pink Whitney one. I'm like, I love the boys, but you know, like I want to like pink. Represent our own shit. So
it's pink. It's not purple,
dude. It was color coordinated, and that's all that matters. Just because Patty chirped me on fucking Instagram doesn't mean shit.
What did he say?
I don't know. So I said, Kate dressed me. I go, you can't. You better not call you cheap
again.
I picked up everybody's fucking tab.
I've seen Cam get upset. And that was the most upset I've ever seen him when Cam.
Because I'm not.
Patty called him cheap.
Because don't fucking call me cheap. Listen to me. I took care of everybody when Patty was still fucking around in juniors. I was taking care of all the fucking boys, limos, all that shit. The only time I started to become cheap is when I fucking had to be cheap because I wasn't bringing. It was that transition where I spent a bunch of cash and I had equity and shit, but I didn't have anything and I wasn't making that much money because I was going through different, so I had to be fucking cheap. And it sucked. I kind of laid low and I was like a hermit. Everyone wanted me to go out, but I don't want to go out if I have to be cheap. So that takes offense to me because I'm like opposite. Kate wants me to be fucking cheap, but I'm not. I love
when you say limos because that was actually my limo. It was my limo guy.
Plural.
Listen, I used to have this radio show by the way back in the day, and I would bring players to the show, managers, coaches, whatever, and I would have a limo pick up my guest and bring him to the show. So. Sometimes guys would have a couple cocktails in there before the show. Family would be in town, friends be in town. They feel like big wigs. They got the limo picking them up. Actually, Larry Plow had a good time in the limo one time on the way. He was loose, he was great, a great guest on the show. But Cam decides after I have the limo driver pick him up, he decides he's going to try to hire the limo driver for his own personal use on the side.
Well, no shit I did. When it came to taking the guys to Harry's and all of a sudden you pack it too much where it starts sparking. And we had to get people out, so you have to get another limo because you have too many people in there. But I've done some good shifts with it. Look, man, you always kind of tie things together, dude. Like a couple times we're going to concert in a limo, cruising around. And, you know, like Tony called me, Sandstone. He's like, come down to Children's Hospital. These kids want to see you. I go, okay, I'll stop by, get the kids in a limo, take pictures, show them around. You know, they haven't been out of the fucking hospital and who knows long. So I'm like, I pull that thing up there. All the kids come in, listen to the music that we were going to go listen to. I think I scared the hell out of all of them, but they were happy and smiling. Like, so yeah, I took advantage of it in the right ways too, not just partying.
I should point out it wasn't like the nicest limo either. It was like an old limo.
Well, it wasn't nice after I got done with it. No, that was a big Humvee one. It was big. There's a couple of them. I'm like, oh, cool. This one's here. Oh, yeah. But whatever. We had a good time, man. But there was a weird weekend, though, Andy. We saw all the guys. It was a weird weekend, though. Like, you know, not weird, but it was nice to see a lot of guys at some of these events for Bobby Plager. And, you know, we saw Saturday night. Brett Hall, Jeff Brown. I mean, God, everybody was there. Wayne Gretzky was there. Yeah. All of a sudden, Wayne's just chilling in an alumni room with us. Like, hey, Wayne, what's going on, buddy? You know, so it was a good weekend. The Blues did a hell of a job, Andy. You know more than I did. You went to pretty much all the events. So explain to that, man. They did a fucking great job, didn't they?
Well, they did. Well, first off, I had a babysitter both Friday night and Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. You actually ate some food,
I mean,
too.
when I say babysitter, I mean like kids slept out. They slept at the in-laws' house, man.
Did you get freaky with a girl?
When they sleep out, it's like, you know, all hell breaks loose. You know, like you've got no time. You got
a walking boner is what you are.
You're not on the clock.
You're not like that, though. Let me ask you something. As a married man with 3 kids, and you're still young, you know, and so you and your wife are probably shit. You got 3 kids. You must be doing something together. But like when you know they're gone, does something click in your head like, we're going, baby. Oh, how about we take a tub? How about you put something cute? Like, do you get like that? Like, it's automatic, like, they're gone. I can't wait for a night because we could take our time and make sweet love together, Andy Strickland.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it's just we just don't have to be home. Put it that way. Also, we can stay out late, you know?
Yeah. And come home and do whatever.
We did that Friday. Actually, we hung out and Saturday. I don't know where you were, man. All of a sudden I said, hey, where are you? You left.
Oh, I was fucking Houdini. I'm a Houdini.
Cam left at like 10 o'clock.
I'm a Houdini motherfucker.
But we ended up being there late. And it was a great celebration for Bobby, man. And it was you know, great to be with his family. And then, of course, yesterday they had the service. I got to give the Blues a big time shout out for the service. And the speeches were unbelievable.
Mike Crusoe, Chaser.
Yeah, all those guys, man. But his grandson gave an unbelievable speech. His son-in-law, Rob Ramage, had a great speech, Barrett Jackman. So it was great to see all those guys. And you know, like
there's a lot of people watching I think Friday too when they went down market there. A lot of people there tapping their stick. I believe that was Friday night.
No, look, that was yesterday.
Was that yesterday too?
After the service, yeah. So after the service. So people who don't know Bobby Plager, all he ever talked about, he wanted this parade, whatever. So it was only fitting that he got one more parade, you know, before he was finally laid to rest. So yeah,
they did a hell of a job.
An emotional day, but you know, the Blues are so tight, man. And to see all the alumni who came in town, there's a bunch of alumni who don't live here who came in town. You know, guys like, you know, Garth Butcher and some of these other guys.
Butchie, saw him. Yeah. Who else was out there? Fuck, everybody was, man.
Oh, Red Berenson was here.
There's a couple other guys. I'm like, God damn it, I've seen
Gary Younger.
Yeah. It's cool. The alumni just come together, man. That's just the way they are. It's pretty cool to see in different circumstances what happens, and all of a sudden the alumni have to come together, do this, do that. And we all got a pretty good relationship together, man. It's pretty tight knit. It really is. Yeah. And when things like this happen, it makes everybody tighter. So it was a bizarre weekend, but again, the Blues got to give them a fucking shout out. They did a hell of a job.
But you know what? Everything is better when Holly's involved. I mean,
fuck. He was.
Oh my God, we had a great time though.
I couldn't even have a conversation with him.
I could. I don't know why you say that.
I don't know, man. He was just in one of those fucking moods where I just. You know, I'm like,
he loves my wife too, man. Like I don't know. We had a blast. And you know, let me just say this real quick because I don't want to, you know, speak on his behalf. But like, you know, Timmy Peel, we all know what he's gone through. And he doesn't hide from it. And but I will say this though about Timmy Peel, man. He's in a great spot. He's in a great place. And you know, I think he
hit his head.
He had a long career. He had a great career.
Made some fucking money. He made money. This shit. He's good, dude.
We ended up taking him home, man. He and his wife.
She banged up,
and it was hilarious, man. Always fun hanging out with those guys, though. Yep. So anyway, crazy, but just a lot of emotions going around here in St. Louis over the course of the last few weeks. And
hey, nice to see fucking Dougie G there.
Yeah, Dougie G's on this edition of the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Dougie might go on fucking a TSN. video shoot where he just sits down and gets softball questions, this and that and the other. Like, yeah, it's easy to do, but he's very reserved in a lot of ways. He doesn't put his face out there. Now he's on social media, but it's all about,
yeah, but he doesn't even run it. He doesn't run it.
No,
a lot of those guys don't run it. No. But I'll say this about Dougie. Like, he's almost larger than life up in Toronto. And sometimes we forget that. So like here in St. Louis, obviously he's got some legacy, but we recognize what he accomplished, as a Maple Leaf. And certainly after he left here in Calgary, winning a Stanley Cup and all that stuff. I will say this because people expect us to ask certain questions, certain topics to be brought up.
Yeah.
And we all know that when Dougie left St. Louis, it wasn't the greatest situation. It's not something that's talked about a whole lot right now. It's pretty much been forgotten. There's a whole generation of hockey fans who don't even know, but that was not a topic he wanted to get into. So we expected that for sure.
Yeah. What do you do on that one? So, and I don't blame him actually, to be honest with you, or maybe he wanted to say something about it, but I think at this point it's like just
set it straight.
Fuck. Yeah. Like what the fuck? But
at the end of the day, like, I don't know if he really did anything wrong.
Well, I kind of looked at you afterwards, Andy, and we kind of looked at each other and were like, maybe we should have fucking snuck in some sort of, he was comfortable. He wanted to keep talking to us too, man. Like he wanted to get some stories out and shit like that. Is he the best storyteller? I don't know if I could say that, but he's Doug Gilmour.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking white whale. And Andy got another white whale on, and that's the bottom of fucking line.
Dude, he played at 155 pounds. Like, he sent me some pictures. Like, he looked like me, like my freshman year of high school or something.
Would you stop?
I weighed like you. I weighed 105 pounds.
You on fucking steroids.
My freshman year of high school. I don't think I ever weighed 155 in high school, actually. But
what do you weigh right now? 130?
155, though, in the NHL, dude. I can't believe he weighed 155.
Well, look at his junior. Okay, hey, look at his numbers. When you look up Dougie Gilmour, I think people forget how fucking good he was all his whole life. And people passed on him. The Blues didn't even want to sign him. He's in goddamn Germany. They didn't even trust him. He scored like 190 points. He had like 70 goals. He won Memorial Cups. All he did was put points up. Even when he was going through hardcore shit, with whatever, they both whatever, he was still putting points up every goddamn year and getting penalties and becoming sulky winners and shit. And God, he was so goddamn good. And he just don't realize people passed on him because he was 150 pounds. And the Blues took a chance on seventh round and then they didn't even they're kind of fucking with him. And they didn't even sign him. And then finally they did, and he just dominated afterwards. Just fucking dominated.
Well, they signed him after they drafted him, but even when he was playing junior, before he played in the OHL, I think before he played in the Quebec League, actually. I think he played in the Quebec League, didn't he?
For a year, then he went to the O.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he went, it was weird. He dominated though. He still put points up.
But when he was playing tier 2 and stuff like that, he wasn't even getting any ice time, dude. They weren't even playing his ass.
I know.
How does that coach feel now? How could a coach feel if you don't play a guy?
But what?
You don't think he's good enough, he's not big enough, whatever. And then all of a sudden they go on to be among the best ever.
I'm sorry. Is he, I want to see that's great point. I want to see what this coach was looking at, because was he not winning puck battles in the corners? Was he just getting rocked every fucking shift like Bobby did to you, like I did to you, like Chaser did to you? Is that happening? Okay, fine. But you look at his numbers, he's putting points up. So is he losing bad, or are you just you're too small? But when you see a guy that small that goes out there and he's a goddamn warrior, doesn't that excite you more to play him? Look, everybody, look at our guy's doing. He's a fucking 120 pounds soaking wet. He's winning every goddamn battle. He's spinning off of guys. He has to puck the whole damn game. Where's this coach? Smack him in his goddamn head. Mm. But he could have got rocked every 2 seconds, Andy. You're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. But I can't see that happening because he put points up. So
it's such a different world when you're a great player in Toronto too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you're a fucking dude. You're a superstar. I mean, you walk on water, dude. I saw Ty Domi's hanging out in Florida with goddamn Tom Brady. They're besties, dude. Those two. You see that?
Who's that?
Ty and Tom.
Oh, Ty Domi. Yeah, they're good buddies.
Yeah. And there's a picture of them at the soccer game in Florida hanging out. So Ty's cool as shit, man. Look, people chirp Ty. He takes a little bit of beatings here and there from fans because he was wild and crazy, but he's a fucking good dude. You text him, he texts you right back. He's always positive. Yeah, he was a psycho, and we all were. But he's a nice guy, man. He's always like everything. I like positive people, Andy. You know that?
Yes. So listen, I think I might go fishing this week. I'm starting. What's so funny, dude? I'm starting fishing.
With who? Who are you fishing with?
With
yourself?
Ty. We're gonna take fishing lessons.
That is so cute.
Okay.
Can you film it? Are you taking lessons? Because you're not going to give him lessons. He's probably going to give you lessons.
Because when we go to Montana this summer or wherever we end up going, we gotta know what we're doing when we go fly fishing.
No shit. You know nothing about it. What are you going to do when a bear comes sniffing around? Are you gonna throw your rod at him? Like, what are you going to do?
You know what I'll do.
Run. Take him. You
can have my son.
Ty, help me. Oh, God almighty. Dude, I don't know how to fish either. I'm not going to lie to you. I just like to get on the water and fucking cruise around on a boat. Like I like to chill, jam out, listen to fucking music, blah, 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 blah. But fishing, I just never got into, but I would do that, man. It's relaxing. But you got to get lessons, dude. You don't know anything about fishing. You don't know what fish
take lessons?
You don't know.
Give you lessons?
Are you going to grab that fish and be like, oh, I'm going to take the hook out? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to touch that fish. You're going to be scared to death of it. I don't even do it. If you see me with YP on that, YP's like, take that. I'm like, that thing's nasty as fuck.
Yeah,
it's slimy and shit. Damn, we had a fish on the Mississippi River. I'm like, I've been on this goddamn thing. Like, you fall in, you're donezo, dude. And like, he's trying to catch on. I'm like, fuck this shit. But that's cool, Andy, man. Do something like outdoorsy.
Well, I'm driving the boat too. I got to get a boat. Like you talk on, all you ever do is talk about like your boat. Like I'm the one who's actually doing it. I'm getting the boat. I'm going fishing. I used to fish when I was a kid too. By the way.
I bet you did.
And you know, like I had a neighbor, like this crazy neighbor.
I heard you won the fishing championship at 14.
Listen, this crazy neighbor Trent. He was like kind of psychotic. Like we'd go fishing at this pond in the neighborhood. We put all the fish in a cooler, and he would like gut the fish out like with a spoon when we got back, and then put them in the freezer and think that he could cook the fish.
Yeah, well, that's what you get the guts.
Little
but you get the guts out of it, dude. Whatever, man. Like I'll eat that fish. Like I'm not like, oh, let's go catch fish and eat it. Like I'll go to a restaurant, kick my feet up. And who the fuck are you kidding? You don't even go outside. You're in a rink, a restaurant, a Ritz-Carlton, something fancy. Like you're never outside. So it's like, I want you to film this experience. If you do get a boat, are you gonna be on the river? Do you know how hard that is to navigate? What lake are you going on? Last time you fucking did it, you went on a pond and you hired some 18-year-old stud, and he was jacked and he had his shirt off the whole time, creeping out all your wife. So it's like, are you gonna do that again, or are you gonna get into a jam and not know what to do?
Dude, are you turning into golf guy? Because I will say this:
you
shirt by your golf apparel. I didn't even finish it because you had a lime green shirt on the first time you went golfing. Like one of the worst golf outfits we've ever seen. You gotta up your game from that standpoint, dude.
Kate, trust me, I'm not there. We don't know yet. Look, I think you're right on that. I have no rebuttal to this. I do look goofy. I feel like my pants are kind of too tight. Like they're kind of too tight, and then my shirts are like too loosey, or they're too tight. So I kind of look funky. And then my hats don't really match my shirt. So I'm just like kind of all over the place. You're right on that. And then I go out there and I'm just not good. Okay. I'm just not good. And it's embarrassing when people are watching you and they're coming up on the tee. You're like, I'll just pick my ball up. I'm not comfortable yet, man. But we had a good time.
Yeah. Like you're wearing a pink Whitney hat.
I'm sure you're a good golfer, by the way. I know.
What's that thing you and Biz did with the text messaging?
I watched 3% of that game.
Let me say something.
3% I watched.
He asked you. You actually had a good line. Like he was like trying to be all serious. Like
I know.
Game. I'm
like, what do you I'm not watching.
Connor Garland's like Corsi rating, and you're like, I don't give a shit. I like sex and barbecue.
I'm sorry, Biz. I had to text him afterwards. I'm like, I don't want to get you in a jam, but I'm not being serious with you either. So like, I'm walking around the house. I just got done with an event with Reed Lowe for a disabled veteran. Raise money for him. Come all the way home. My neighbors who we just met are having like a get together before my wife goes to a line dance party in our neighborhood. She needs to meet friends. So she's like, can you please come over here before you have to leave for Bobby sing? So she's comfortable. So I go over there. I'm trying to watch the game. Now I'm texting him the whole fucking time without talking to my neighbors who I don't know. So I look like an asshole. Then I got to bounce out early. And I'm like, I'm doing voice text driving and I'm listening to the game. And he's honestly asking me questions about what is going on. I'm like, I ain't watching this, dude. So I just bullshitted the whole fucking time. Good God. And I look like an asshole in the process. My neighbors hate me.
This is like Darcy Kemper has stopped like 90% of high danger shots. And you're like, I don't give a shit.
I really don't, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't care.
He asked you if you got excited when Bennington said we're coming, and you said nothing excites me except sex and barbecue.
Why would I get excited about that? It's funny. It's cute. Like, it's like, yeah, cool, man. Benner's fucking cool. But I'm like, I don't know. I
love Biz though, man. Biz turns into the analyst though when he does like, you know, he's got like a real job, and then he's got like, you know,
I'm a fuck off
nasty job.
He's actually important. I felt bad because he's on the call and he's got to text me. So he's like working. He just does everything, man. That's why he's so goddamn successful. And we love him. I had a text and I was at Bobby's place. I'm like, fuck, I should call him. Like, dude, anything you want me to not put in there? Like, whatever. You know,
he's like, why am I wasting my time? I got 1.1 million Twitter followers. Exactly. Sam has like 37,000. Yeah. It's like, I'm making him popular.
Exactly. and I wasn't even watching the game. How rude is that? He helps me out. I'm not watching the game, but not purposely. I tried to. But yeah, he's just cool. That's why, man. He's cool. And JR asked us. I'm like, yeah. I'm fucking busy. I might want to watch, but I'll do the best I can. So,
what do you think about our poor Canadians? By the way, like they're freaking out.
Oh, Andy.
So you need to stop rubbing it in their face with your stupid ass golf photos because they can't even golf. Now.
I know. Well, fuck that. Fucking paid my dues, and it's open here. So what do I not do it because Trudeau doesn't want to open shit up, and they got new cases up there? What do you want me to do? Everybody in this goddamn neighborhood's vaccinated.
Trudeau,
Justin Trudeau. But
dude, I know people who
all the Canadians, and I love y'all, but y'all chirping the U.S. all fucking time. It's like this, that, and the other. Like this, everything's fucked. Everywhere's fucked. Okay, so it's like now you're going through weird shit. So it's like back and forth, back. Now you get some of the Canadian hockey guys chirping. It's just like, just get fixed, and it's going to be the endings in sight. But no, Andy, I'm not hiding from it. If everything's open here, I'm going to take advantage of it. Just like you do when you go to restaurants all the goddamn time.
Is that bad to do?
No, it's not bad to do. You're fucking vaccinated. You're good. You're fine, dude. Go there, put your mask on, do what they want you to do. Don't be a dick and fucking support some restaurants and support the community. Or do you want everybody doing everything just to crumble? Do you think they can support themselves? It's been fucked for everybody. So if you are in the right situation to go spend money and have fun, and everything's allowed to do it, and you're not an asshole, then do it.
Hey, just when you think like we were finally starting to like move forward, I know people who are testing positive who are vaccinated. It's like, okay.
Well, it's like, what do you do then, man?
Is that a false positive automatically, or can you still get it?
Or like, how about the people, Andy, that are like, want to complain about this? No, this year's not normal. Okay. The last 2 years have not been normal for any situation. So it's just not normal. It's just a weird ass year. You're playing the same fucking teams over and over again. You got teams like goddamn Vancouver who won the other night who have like everybody's tested positive. They're missing 3 weeks. Like nothing is normal. And I know you had some arguments on the radio about, well, this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, it's just a different year. You can't evaluate this year the same as you have even during the lockout years. It's completely different than that, Andy.
Hey, you want to know what's
fair?
So last Monday, we recorded the intro and the outro for Ron Duguay.
Doogie.
The Ranger fans are just flipping out about Ron Duguay. Dudes.
He's like, pussy. Oh, mother of Christ.
I mean, this guy.
I asked him if he's a sex hound. He's like, no. I'm like, how can you not be?
I asked him if he had any plastic surgery. He's had some Botox. I think you could use some Botox. Like you would.
I agree. I'm looking at myself and my face is. Oh my God, my face is fat.
Hey,
God,
but listen,
damn it!
The trade deadline it hadn't even happened. It was like just starting. It was early in the morning last Monday, the day of the trade deadline, and all our analysis was 100% accurate, really? And it hadn't even happened. We were talking about everybody.
I remember. I don't remember what we said.
I remember we said. I've got this rule, by the way, so people.
You turn your mic off. Turn it back on.
I refuse to talk to Cam after 8 p.m.
Can't do it.
It's done.
It's done. Brody, our engineer, who we absolutely love.
What are you wearing today?
Brody hooked me up with this Cam and Strick golf shirt. I should have fucking wore this because he was a little bit. He came all the way out to my house thinking that I told him to come out. I wanted him to come out for the barbecue afterwards, but he came out during our golf session. Poor guy. So he dropped his shirt off, and it's really nice. Shirt.
You look like you should be coaching first base or something like that for like a 10-year-old girls softball team or something.
I'll do that. I could do that.
We're sponsored by the Cam and Strick Podcast.
I could coach girls, dude. I should be a girl dad. I should be a girl dad.
Like a Pizza Hut patch on the side.
Last time I coached a group of girls, I gave them a little pump-up speech, and they went out there and piss-pumped a bunch of fucking dudes. Stepped over them, like beating them up, kicked their ass, didn't chirp. They were whining to the refs, and the girls are just winking at me, like, what's up? Like, I'm like, calm down a little bit. They're getting penalties, killing penalties, blocking shots, and the boys like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Fuck, it was great, man. It's like Chloe's going to be bagging cats up, too.
Maybe. Let's get to Doug Gilmour, man. This is going to be a hell of an interview. It's a long interview, too.
Yeah.
For people who know. I mean, Dougie came in. He had a number of stories he wanted to get off his chest. And he certainly let them fly, man. And we loved having Doug Gilmour on, the legend. Manson, killer. Like, I mean, it was Manson, and then it was like killer, right? Brian Sutter gave him that nickname, killer. But I think it was because they referred to him as like Charles Manson or something.
Yeah. Right? Who was a killer. Although he didn't kill me. Actually, he didn't kill me. I don't think he even killed anybody. He just, so it doesn't even make sense because he's not the real killer. It was the girls that killed Sharon Tate, and so his little following did. I don't think he killed
Sharon Tate because Ron Dukes, he's like, yeah, I hung out with Cheryl Teague, and you're like, you hung out with Sharon Tate?
Sharon Tate before she got murdered? Yeah. That was a long way beforehand. I fucked that up.
Sharon Tate was one of the...
I fucked the timeline up. It's like that happened in the 60s. I fucked it up. Sorry.
Well, not to mention they have two different names, too.
I fucked that up, too. Sorry.
Sharon Tate.
He's like, I was like 12 when she died.
Charles Manson scares me, by the way. He's got like these tattoos on his forehead and stuff like that.
He's got a swastika on his forehead, man.
Swastika. Is he still alive?
I don't think so. I think he died. He was banging chicks in fucking prison. When you're a cult leader like that, like the crazy women get attracted to you. You know some of those cults in like Waco where the guy's like, come on in.
David Koresh.
Bring your wife. And you guys sleep in one corner, and I'm going to make sweet love to your wife and impregnate her. Oh, okay. That's what this fucking guy did, man. Waco. Come on in. Real handsome guy. He's like, yeah, well, I'm going to make love to your wife, but you guys are all going to sleep in your own and let me take care of the pure souls of what the fuck? Then they agreed to it. And then the fucking SWAT comes in and it caught on fire and now everybody died. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh,
fucking that was weird.
That was David Koresh.
Was that David Koresh?
Yeah.
And then there's other guy with the Kool-Aid thing then in Africa where they drink the Kool-Aid and they put cyanide in the Kool-Aid to kill their, yes. But these cult leaders, man, I like how we just get off track so much, Andy. We can talk about anything, baby. Anything. But that's crazy shit, dude. Yeah. I'll sleep with your wife. Oh, yeah. Oh, sign me up. The fuck?
It's like that Sister Wives TV show, like that.
Don't know what that is, Andy. Don't know what that is, Andy.
No, in Utah, I don't want to chirp the religious people in Utah, but they've got like several wives, dude.
The Mormons?
7, 8 wives.
The Mormons?
Like, how do you do that? And they're all like hanging out. They all like live together. Everybody's happy.
Wow.
Like, okay, it's Tuesday.
Hey, they do that out Middle East too, in some places where they'll have a couple different wives here. Like, I want you, and you, and you're like 12, but I'm going to keep you anyway. They're like, what? Why?
Yeah. Well, that's the, what's his name? Fuck, man. Bin Laden. He had like several wives.
Yeah, like 13, didn't he?
Yeah,
what
several
the fuck
wives.
Is that?
13.
Yeah, things good. Well, he's gonna have 72 virgins afterwards now.
It's like Ron Duguay.
Exactly. The Dukes had it. Yeah,
the Dukes is like
he had like fucking 13 going at once.
He's like a cult leader.
I asked Dukes. I go, God, did you have to spend some fucking coin after those two? Because you got divorced. Boom, boom. And I'm like, damn, that must have set your ass back. And he's like, yeah, but he seemed like he's doing great. But damn, dude, 2 like that. Whew. I don't know how much money he made. Not that much. He probably had some business adventures and shit like that. Business ventures. Adventures, I said. Adventures too, probably, I'm sure. Okay. I lost some coin.
All right, I like that shirt, dude.
Thanks, like Andy. You said it 5 fucking times.
High school girls softball coach.
I know I'm not going to take it up. Poor Brody. He drives all 80 miles to my house to give me a goddamn shirt that you're beaking. God damn. Looks good. Looks good. Fun.
Hey, CarShield would never beat CarShield. CarShield.com, 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM, which is completely embarrassing. This guy wears pink and black. I don't even know what was on that shirt you were wearing.
I look jacked as fuck. Andy, I look jacked as fuck. There's skulls on. That's why we get it, because I like skulls. So Kate gets me the shit that has skulls on it because I like skulls.
Sailboats. Anyway, CarShield, man, get that protection. You never know when you're going to need it. But if you don't have it, you're going to wish you did. I can tell you that right now. Save thousands of dollars. Be protected today. Whenever that engine goes out, you get radiator problems, alternator problems, engine goes out, the computer goes out, man. Make sure you got that protection. 800-857-2481. Pick your own mechanic. You decide where you want to have it serviced. And they even bring the rental car to you, and it's all included, all that stuff, man. It's like the most easiest situation you could ever think of. These guys are like geniuses, Cam, to even come up with it.
I don't know how you go into their facility, which is like 8 miles long.
It's like a compound.
It's on. Everybody's just working and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And we're like looking around. Everybody's like getting something done. I mean, literally a mile long full of people on phones, like doing their printers are like $40 million. Do you see how big they look? Like huge fucking steam engines from back in the day, like on a Titanic. And they're like coming through and all this shit's going out. Like they're so busy, meaning like they're doing something right. Everybody's involved. Everybody's on board. They're helping you out, man. They simplify your goddamn life.
Yeah, they got full-on basketball courts too. But
hockey shit.
Customize your plan. You want a long-term, you can do it. Short-term, you can do that too. CarShield.com. Again, 800-857-2481. All right, CamandStrick.com. The Fight Ugly hoodies, the Fight Ugly hats. Hey, bundle your packages today. You can get the Andy bundle or you can get the Cam bundle. So whichever one you want, you're going to save lots of money.
Yeah.
But get those bundles. And again, if you get the bundle and proof of purchase, you'll get a free cameo from Cam. Maybe a free cameo from me too. I want to make this announcement right now because I am on Cameo. Okay. Cam did Cameo. So I'm like, okay, I guess then I needed to do Cameo. So I said, Cam, well, how much is your Cameo? He said $50. So I set my Cameo up for $51 because, you got to pay just a little bit more to get me than you do.
Yeah.
Cam's Cameo. Hit me up. I'd love to do a cameo for you. We may even do Cam and Strick cameos.
Hey,
we could do
I'll do here real quick. And on a serious note, and have fun with Andy. But on a serious note, I get a lot of these requests for the kids saying, hey, my kid's trying out for this team in spring, AAA team. Or my daughter's trying out for this. Motivation. Give them a pump up. Oh my God. That's what I want more than anything. Yeah. I want to motivate these kids. Yeah. I'll do it for as long as I can. I think I don't know what the time limit is, but I know exactly what to say on it. So and I know people have me do anniversary stuff, and I do good on it, but I want the motivational stuff, Andy.
Well, I agree.
With these AAA kids.
I'll do the birthdays and all that stuff too, Cam. I'll do the motivational stuff. But if you want to talk fishing, you want to talk boats, you want to talk cars, you want to talk cars, hiking, camping, how to survive in the wilderness,
going to fancy restaurants and mingling with like upper tier people. He could talk about that all you want. Mingling with like high class people in the wealthy part of wealthy in St. Louis. If you want to know about that, I could talk to you all day. Fishing. Hey. Get on with yourself.
So I haven't made the announcement yet. I'm just making the announcement now. I am on Cameo officially. It costs $1 more than Cam, but I am donating $1 per cameo to charity.
I'm donating actually $5 to charity, and that charity is Brody. Brody.
So get the Cam and Strick bundles, man. The shampoos, the beard moisturizer. Cam, I used the beard moisturizer.
I bet you did
all weekend.
Yeah,
and including this morning too.
It's so good. Your beard's not even there.
It's a little bit there today.
Yeah.
So, and it comes with a hat. And you get the hoodie too. These hoodies are sick. The Fight Ugly hoodies. Portion of the proceeds go back to the Montreal Resource Center. So hook up Mirko, man. Let's do this. All right, Daredevil Hockey. DaredevilHockey.com. Ty had hockey yesterday. I'm looking around to see which kids are protected, which kids aren't. It's amazing, man. Hey, you guys are at your own risk. You want to send your kids out there. You never know when that skate laceration is going to happen.
It's not worth
PK Subban is the latest example. You see him get cut in the thigh. That wouldn't have happened if he was wearing Daredevil. So if you want to know, like, if you're sitting there listening, you're saying, well, what is Daredevil? Let me put it to you in the most simplest form. PK Subban got cut. If he was wearing Daredevil hockey protection, he wouldn't have gotten cut. It's really that simple.
Okay. It is that simple. We've all gotten cut in hockey. And sometimes you don't even know it, man. Most of the time you don't even know it. And you look down, your fucking socks red, and you're like, what? Like, oh my God.
I need to show you my scarf. I got
we only have a couple minutes left.
I got skated on by a ref. The referee skated on my arm when I was a kid. True story. Jeez. And I stayed in the game.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're a fucking warrior, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, CamandStrick.com. If you missed any episodes, check out the hats. We've got some new apparel coming out too, Cam. I've got some other designs I got to forward you along today. VictorHockey.com do great stuff for our hats, and we may have some more stuff coming out with them as well. So we got lots of good stuff coming up here on the Cam and Strick podcast. All right, how about Dan Bellman, Cam Jansen?
The man, Dan the man.
He's over there in Troy, Missouri. I may stop on by today just to hang out. There's some good fishing out there too, man. I was looking at the fishing map. Like, there's so many great fishing holes, including out there in Troy. There's a couple there too. So if you want to hit me up on some of my fishing recommendation and
Bear Grylls, you're Bear Grylls.
Well, yeah. What?
Bear Grylls.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
What does that mean?
He's an ex-army guy that goes out, has his own show that he goes out and he has to survive and eat different shit. You know, like insects and stuff and like different areas throughout the world, meaning he has to go to the Arctic and survive. Then he's fucking thrown in the middle of the woods somewhere and he survives. But it's all fake. But there's other guys like Les Stroud that really do it. So never mind. You're not Bear Grylls. You're Les Stroud.
Ooh. I like Surviving Alaska, dude. I watch that show all the time too. So just in case I need to know what to do.
I wouldn't want to fucking live there.
No, I've been to Alaska, dude. I love Alaska.
I wouldn't want to live there. Fuck.
It's like the motherland.
No, that's Russia. It used to be Russia, but they sold it to the U.S. for like $1 million back in the day.
Isn't Africa considered the motherland?
No, Russia's the motherland. Africa is like, I don't know.
I think there's a couple motherlands. I think there's a couple of these actually.
You think of the motherland, you think of fucking Mother Russia, dude.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. You think of Mother Russia.
I think of her.
She's a badass bitch, is what she is.
Look like?
Little me. Not good looking. She's not good looking. She looks like Putin, kind of.
Russian women are great, dude.
Oh my God, yes.
They are
amazing. Blonde, dressed to impress. Is the accent sexy? No. But they are beautiful women. Beautiful women. And there's only a couple good-looking dudes, but beautiful women over there.
You don't like the accent for the Russian accent?
Nah, not really.
What's your favorite?
French is cool. It's kind of sexy. You know,
Spain.
Oh, Spanish. Oh, Andy.
Right.
Italian. I don't know about that. The British, not really. I probably shouldn't have said that. Actually, I think the guys sound sexier than the women in Britain. Far as I think because the guys sound intelligent and they could. It depends on where you're from, right? You could have that. It's like where you're from in Missouri. Some guys talk like this. Some guys don't. So like in Britain, it's kind of the same way, depending on where you're at, like north, south. And so like when the guys talk, they sound so damn sophisticated. And you're like, well, okay. So I think it's sexier for dudes than the women. No, I love them all.
Shoot me a cameo and we can talk about this. Shoot me a cameo.
Yeah.
Andy Strickland is
Andy's
my
begging
cameo
for it.
name. It's $51. Cam's is $50. So
I'll pump the kids up. I'll pump up whatever you want. You want a little energy boost? I'll give it to you. That's what I do. And he's going to talk about fucking fishing that he's never done before.
We're not talking
I'm pumping fucking shit up, baby.
We're not even talking about your cameo. We're talking about my cameo. So if you want to talk about the motherland and some of the other issues, hey, we're not talking about yours. We're talking about mine.
Mm-hmm.
$51. Hit me up and we can hang out. Okay, I'll make somebody happy. Make somebody happy in your life.
Hey, you should do a cameo where you're like on the water, like, hi, it's Andy. Look, this is what you do. I'm on the water, and I gotta. This is something. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna press this. People will love that, Andy.
Let's see what it does.
Let's see what this button does. God, poor Ty. Jesus Christ.
Ty's like, no, Dad. Let me show you how to fish.
Ty's like, no. I need somebody that's experienced, Dad, so I can enjoy myself. Like, you never want to get on the I'll give you another piece of advice, dudes.
Yeah.
You don't want to get on a guy, and I told you this, and I know I chirped you for the one time where you kind of got cuckolded a little bit, but you'd never want to go on a fucking boat with your family when you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Oh, I will.
Especially on the ocean. All these dipshits go on the fucking ocean. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Lake of the Ozarks, same goddamn thing. They don't know where they drive at night. They do stupid shit. They don't, some of these kids, like, they'll put an anchor down fishing, and then they'll be like, oh, it's stuck, but I don't want to cut my $500 anchor because I'm cheap. So I'm just going to reverse the fucking boat and try to rip it off. And all of a sudden their boat gets capsized. Like shit like that, dude. I did the same shit when I bought my boat, man. And I remember having weird experiences, but I didn't have my family on it. I had 2 of my military buddies with me. And so if we got into a fucking jam, I'm okay. I don't have a little kid by me, I see it so much, dude. It happens all the time. So in all seriousness, Andy, you did the right thing by having that stud on there.
I don't have those experiences.
You don't do shit.
So listen to me. Just cameo me and I'll fill you in with what's going on with my fishing excursion.
If you want a real cameo, I'll bring the heat. And that's just the bottom.
Or we're not talking about your cameo.
You want me to bash Andy on cameo? I can do that. I'll bash him for fucking 2 minutes. I got it all laid out.
Oh my God.
We're
not even talking about your cameo. I talk about my cameo at $51, by the way. Yours is $50. You're on a lower tier than me.
I'm in a lower tier group with all the
lower
peasants.
Tier.
With all the peasants. Oh, so man.
Yep, I'll be sure to fill you in. All right, Dan Bellman, like I said, man. Buick GMC, they got everything over there in Troy. And then on the other side, you got the Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, dude. They got something for everybody. And the best customer service. And the fact that you get that Bellman on the back of your truck gives you instant credibility.
I usually take that shit off, but not when it's Bellman, though.
No, you leave it on.
Yeah. Nothing like having a Corvette or something. All of a sudden, you got that sticker on the back. Like, get that thing off. But it says Bellman, you keep it on because it's like it adds the value. It brings value to the car.
It does.
So you never want to take that bad boy off.
No. So hook up that new Yukon.
I want that dually, dude. That badass Dodge dually, fat ass fucking Dodge diesel. I think it'll go for 500,000 miles.
Really?
Badass. Fuck yeah. Those diesel. Actually, the 99 diesel Cummins Dodge Ram was one of the best built engines. You see these trucks everywhere, especially out here in Franklin County. You see these old late 90s diesel Cummins diesel dualies. And you see them everywhere because their engine lasts for 500,000 miles.
Wow. What does diesel really do that the regular gasoline doesn't do?
Andy, I mean,
you don't know shit.
I know you
have no idea.
I don't know that part of it. I just know like that engine. Yeah. Like, read about it. Look it up. Look at the best fucking diesel engine ever made. And they'll go right to that like 98, 99 version of Dodge Ram.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, Dan, we're coming out too.
Motherfucker.
You need to check out these Jeeps too, man. I could use
I'll drive a Jeep. Look, I'm not a Jeep guy. Like in high school, I get why people like them. I like Jeep Grand Cherokees, dude. Those are fucking bad. And they got the shit kicker, that like SRT one that fucking goes really fast, big ass engine. They're sleek. You can put it all black on black. I want my chick to drive that. I want Kate to drive that. I want a badass Jeep Grand Cherokee for her.
I'd drive a Wrangler in a heartbeat. You couldn't pull it off, but I could pull off a Wrangler. Lifted.
You do look like a high school girl. You're right. You can pull that off.
Put my fishing poles in there, man. So Bellman.com, BEHLMANN.com in Troy, Missouri. All right. How about UltimateHockeyFans.com? Cam and Strick Pod.UltimateHockeyFans.com. Have you checked it out? I mean, start checking these things out, man. This is unbelievable. Mention the promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save a lot of money, including free shipping, which cost a lot because these things are big packaging. They're heavy. So you're not going to pay anything on the shipping. Again, Cam and Strick Pod.UltimateHockeyFans.com, and customize it for whatever team you want. And so if you're a Leafs fan, you're a Canadiens fan, Canucks fan, whatever, Flyers, Rangers, whatever team it is, Blackhawks, Blues, dude, you can customize it. This is perfect for your man cave, perfect for a bar if you're a restaurant owner, kid's bedroom. I put it in the skills room, man, in my hockey room. And it took our hockey room to the next level, dude. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, it
did.
Oh,
you're going to bust that light out soon. Ty's going to be ripping pucks.
Yeah,
he's already ripping pucks harder than you, but that's all right. You might have to change that bad boy out and put it somewhere else.
So check out Ultimate Hockey Fans, man. Love having them on board here on the Cam and Strick podcast. All right, let's get to Doug Gilmour, man. Killer, Hall of Famer, true, absolute legend. You think about top shelf former NHL players, top shelf people that left their mark on the game of hockey. Dougie Gilmour.
No doubt.
Hey, is top
look,
shelf.
how many of our buddies, when we grew up playing hockey, were like, fuck, I want to be Dougie G. I want to be Dougie G. Even in St. Louis, man, when, like there was an NHL network and shit. You're looking at Beckett's and fucking hockey cards. And then Dougie Gilmour comes to town and, he made his mark here, but like you love the guy. And he goes to Toronto and he becomes an absolute superstar. But everybody wanted to play like Dougie G because he wasn't that big and he's had the puck the whole damn time. He'll slash you in the face. He'll block shots with his face. Like he just brought it. Everybody wanted to be Dougie G.
Yeah, he's the reason why I wore number 9 too. I mean, true story.
I know. You guys played alike.
You
guys were very similar.
We did.
So Bobby can cuss you.
I was talking to Melissa Plager.
God. I can't let that go. Chaser's hit on you was dirty as fuck. My hit on you was dirty as fuck. But Bobby just did it in such a perfect way.
Oh my God.
And your reactions,
she said she was living in Chicago at that time, and he called her like that night and be like, I just had the best hip check. It was
my God. Just classic, especially for like that. You probably didn't have shoulder pads on. You probably
I did. It was a badge of honor. It was a packed house too. I think there was a sellout crowd.
Yeah, well, you were there.
Yeah, that's what happened. All right, cameo me
and me.
No,
you really want a cameo?
No.
Stop. Quit just pumping your own shit up.
Cameo. It's about my.
Well, why is it about yours? I bring it. I bring people. I bring energy to them, positivity, courage.
Hey,
that's what I do.
I'm bringing the special announcement today. That's why it's about my cameo. $51. And $1 goes to charity.
What charity?
I'm $51. So all y'all, listen, hook it up. And by the way, tomorrow is a 420. That is a national holiday for a number of reasons. And it's Blaze.
Get that mind right.
First birthday.
All y'all Canadians too, I know. All y'all up in British Columbia, Alberta. You guys are all locked down, man. Just get your mind right. Do a workout. Find your, get those natural endorphins going, Andy. You know what I'm saying? Like after a good skate, you're like, yeah, let's go. Like you're pumped up. Like you're ready. Like anytime you want to do an interview, it's like after a workout. So your blood's going. So you feel happy. Man, we all been locked down, but you guys are going through hardcore shit. So find a way. Get your mind right tomorrow. Do a workout. Just try to stay positive, guys. I love Carl Koyakovo fucking being positive on Twitter, too. He's just like, everything's fucking negative. I hate it. I hate all you negative sons of bitches. I think you feed off of it. You feed off negativity. Some of y'all.
Yes.
I don't.
That's why I stay off. You got to remove yourself from the situation sometimes. So again, it's Blaze's birthday. We'll have a big 420 celebration for him tomorrow on his birthday. He turns 1. So be sure to check
clear
out
eyes.
My Instagram. If you want Blay to do a cameo for you as well,
how about my cat? My cat's way more popular than you. Boo is way more popular than Blay. No. Boo will do a fucking cameo. She'll bring the heat.
It's not about Boo.
It is about Boo. Everything's about her.
It's about Blay. So Blay will do a cameo for you. It is his birthday tomorrow. We'll celebrate that on 420. Blay's original name, by the way.
Okay, we don't got that much time. Time.
Blay's name was Andy.
We can't do a 5-hour goddamn podcast.
They named the dog Andy. And I apologize for my allergies today. I'm fucked up. I can't. There's no other way to explain.
Oh God, no one cares. No one cares about your goddamn allergies.
I got to go fishing.
I don't care about that either.
Hit me up on Cameo. Stop. Turn Cam's mic off. Hit me up on Cameo and enjoy Doug Gilmour. Killer.
Right on, dude.
Podcast. My Cameo.
Shut up.
Okay, there you are.
What's up, big boy?
They don't lock you down. I heard everybody's locked down except you, Dougie. Is that true? Is that a bad rumor or no?
No, that's a bad rumor. You know what? In my backyard, I I'm kind of on Lake Ontario at the end of it, and I had two glass doors on each side, and then it was one part open, and so I closed it in around December. So I got my man cave outside. When it's -10 out here, I got the fire on. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. -10,
right on Lake Ontario.
Only in Canada is -10 beautiful. I mean, you know what?
Man cave.
Well, you know what -10 is here, Dougie.
+5 in here. It's great.
Hey, we just hit record and we just go, man. And listen, like, we're excited to have you on. You know how long we've been working on this, trying to get you on, and we know you're busy, Dougie. So we appreciate you doing this. Where are you today?
I'm double dipping here, watching the Masters. I'm in Burlington, Ontario.
Okay. Burlington. Are you a big golfer?
I'm not. I am a golfer. I'm very average, but I enjoy the game. So.
Yeah, you know what? It is nice to be when you probably get invited all the time. So when you're you kind of have to be somewhat decent because people expect you to be good.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, when things come back to normal, I get calls every day to golf tournaments and different things. And, you know, I enjoy it, especially when it's a scramble, because you only have to make one shot. So for me, you know, I used to be better, and it's almost like I got the heebie-jeebies when I'm about 20 yards outside the green, and I just can't do it. I got to run the ball up, almost putt it half the time.
You know what? Doesn't that suck? Isn't it weird? Like, of all the stuff that you go through in hockey and all the pressure and games and stuff like that, when you go to a tournament and people are watching you like tee off, like that to me is a nightmare. I always mess up. I always duff the ball. Then everybody thinks I'm not an athlete anymore. And it just like it's embarrassing.
He never was an athlete, Dougie.
I know.
Just so you know.
Hey, you know what, guys? I had a tournament here when I was playing with the Leafs, and it's the Michael Jordan, Doug Gilmore tournament. So MJ comes in and, well, how much we playing on this? Oh, and I'm like, $50. He goes, it's got to be US. I said, okay, well, that's going to be $70 then. So he goes, what's your handicap? And I said, I'm a 12 handicap. So the tournament goes on, and we're in Toronto, and this course that we're playing at, through the Toronto Maple Leafs, we have a membership there, so we're allowed to play all the time. So it's called Lion's Head, and I said, okay, I'll bet you. And I shot a 79, and there's fans there just like watching this. And I'm gonna, if I hurt somebody, I'm gonna be really upset about this. But Jordan shot an 83, and so at the end of it, I said to MJ, "It's like, well, you owe me $50," and he goes, "You sandbagger, not a chance. I'm paying you." So
wow, so Michael Jordan wouldn't pay you, or what?
Wow.
So no, but it gets better. As I signed with Chicago as a free agent, and the place we used to hang out at there, Stanley's, and MJ's bodyguard, George Kohler, that is in his show. I tell him one day, he says, Doug Gilmore says you owe him $50. So I'm going to go around the story on this, guys. So I'm in Montreal now. Okay, so I meet George in Chicago. Now I'm in Montreal, the end of my career. And I give this guy $20,000. His daughter is sick and everything else. And so, well, he doesn't give the money to the daughter for surgery or anything. And she passed away. So I'm looking for this guy. So I got a call one night and said, "Hey, Gilmore, you want the money? Try and collect." So I called the NHL security, and I said, "This guy just called me." It was MJ calling me. They were joking around.
Oh my God. Wait, so do you know MJ horrible. At that level? Like, how did the Michael Jordan, Doug Gilmore golf tournament come about? Like, how did you guys become familiar with one another?
Well, it was some publicity thing that put together, and I was going to be a part of it. And then they brought MJ in. It was awesome. But I got to know him in Chicago. Obviously, when I was playing with the Blackhawks, and just he's a good person. And I went to a playoff game I brought a buddy up with me from Toronto that owns a bar, and I said, let's go up to a Blackhawks game and, go see my friends and stuff and see it's the playoffs and how electric it is, just like St. Louis too. And so I said, stay with me though. Don't hang with my buddies. We got to go upstairs and see MJ. And so he's like a kid in a candy store. He's gone with my buddies, everything else. I go up to the box and there's MJ and Kid Rock. And it's just like, sorry, buddy, you missed it. So it was awesome.
Hey, I got to ask you though. So you gave that guy $20,000 for like his sick kid. Did you ever run into that guy? Did you ever bump into him again? No?
No, unfortunately I didn't. And you know what? Karma's bad sometimes. So his time will come, you know what, just in general. And again, just to lie about it, and it was true, but he never gave the daughter the money for a treatment.
Wow.
Oh my God.
How'd you find that out?
He's going to hell.
How'd you find that out?
I had a friend in Montreal that, when I played in Jersey, Marty Brodeur, one of his good buddies from Montreal, I said, can you find out where this guy is? And he said, I can't find him. So who knows?
Oh my God.
That's what you do when you're looking for someone in Montreal. You call Marty.
Yeah. Marty's like, I have no idea. I haven't been up there in a while.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between playing in Chicago? Because I always say, like, a lot of guys hung out with a bunch of celebrities. When you're in Chicago, hanging out with all the celebrities, like, but playing in Toronto is a big deal too. So what's the difference between the markets?
Well, you know what? Toronto was, obviously, I'm from Kingston, Ontario, about 2.5 hours from Toronto. And again, I played in Montreal too. So it's kind of right in the middle, Kingston, Ontario, from Montreal to Toronto. And both markets were great. I didn't speak French, so the media didn't talk to me. So it was great. In Toronto, the media's all over you every day. Chicago was a little different. It was kind of a changeover. You want to talk about a story when dealing with Bob Murray, he's the GM at the time, and you want to come here. And so about 4 or 5 days later, and it's July 2nd, free agency, and I get a call from Bill Wirtz and Bob Pulford about 11 o'clock at night. It's like, obviously they've had some cocktails, and they said, we want you to come here and sign. And Brett Hull's going to come here. We're going to take his dad's number down. He's going to wear it. And so, listen, I played with Brett for about 3 or 4 months in St. Louis before I got traded to Calgary. And I said, okay, this makes sense. Like Chelly's there and everything else. And it all went sideways. Brett signed 2 days later with Dallas, and then you got to deal with the media. Why did they sign Brett Hull over you? I'm like, I can't tell a story. So it's funny ways how, Cam, it just, things happen, and it's like you trust people, you believe in people, and it goes the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, you want to be able to trust them. But before we move on, I got so much to get into with you, but playing in Toronto and being a megastar, is it ever too much? Oh. And then now being on the outside looking in, like you see like the young kids, Austin Matthews and Marner, and these guys, and what these guys are dealing with the media. Do you think they have it easier than you? Do they have it harder than you? Like, social media is now involved. Like, how do you look at the treatment that they get versus what you dealt with?
Yeah, it's harder for them. We didn't have social media. It's like, you think about it. Just for example, Toronto Maple Leafs, we're on the road, we're in Edmonton, and there's right across from the Keg Steakhouse, there's a bar called, it's an English name, whatever. It's a pub, and the media is at the bar, okay, and we're sitting at the tables. So it's totally different. And, you go home for curfew and everything else. Nothing's crazy, but, yeah, it's just for pictures, and you go here, you go there. It's like, we didn't have that issue. And it's like, we kind of wandered. Like, when I first got traded to Toronto, I lived like 25 feet from Maple Leaf Gardens. So if we had an open practice for the fans to come in, so there's 17,000 fans trying to get in this building for an open practice, and I live right beside it. So I'm like, oh God, how am I going to get into the building? So I put my jersey on, a ball hat, sunglasses, stood in line, and when I got close to the back door, I walked in. The guy says, "You can't come in here." I took my glasses off. He goes, "Oh, come on in, Doug." So I snuck in, and you know what? Practice was supposed to be at 2:00. Open practice, it didn't start till 3 because all the players were outside signing autographs, and they're going, "How did you get in here?" I said, "No, I was here at 10:00, guys.
I got my ways."
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's it like with any reporter up there? Because they're just craving to write stories and find stuff, this, that, and the other. I mean, is there anybody you had to sit down and be like, dude, would you stop this? It's getting out of control. You're writing shit about me all the damn time. I mean, did that happen all the time in Toronto?
Yeah, my time, there's one guy that, we got to, as I got traded to Jersey, but it's like about 2 months before, it's like, you know what, trade this guy, get some young players in here, rebuild the team, everything else, blah, blah, blah. I end up playing another 7 years, but so go screw him. But the problem was what he was saying in the papers. My daughter at the time was probably, 8, 9, and she knows what's going on. People from school, the kids are saying, "Oh, your dad's no good anymore," blah, blah. I said, "Well, honey," I said, "you know what? Dad's still pretty good because other teams want him." And that's how I could kind of redirect it. So yeah, there was many moments that, the same reporter actually, the Sherlock Holmes bar, that's what it was called in Edmonton. Mm. And, as I say, we were sitting there in tables and the players, and he ended up having his arm around a girl, and I went to the store around the corner and got one of those cameras that you throw out when it's done.
Disposable.
And I was taking pictures of
Kodak.
Yeah. I was taking pictures of him with his arm around a girl, and he was married. And all the other media, the Edmonton media and everything else said, hey, the next day they said, by the way, somebody was taking a picture of you last night. So he addressed me, and I said, how's it feel?
Oh, sit down.
That's what. Listen,
and I said, how's it feel?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, what are you going to do with the pictures? I said, I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy, but I just want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
This is what we go through all the time. And you're writing about me, and I got a 8-year-old daughter that I'm going to get traded somewhere. I'm not going to see for a bit. So it's, it was kind of exciting to do a truce with the media.
Mm.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the rumor is Brian Sutter gave you the name Killer, but you may have gotten it after that night. I mean, I don't know what's going
Ultra
on.
Killer.
No, you know what?
Killer 2.0.
See, Sudsy called me Charlie.
Charlie Manson.
And how do I get the name? Charlie Manson. I had the mullet. I was a skinny little rat, and that's where it came from. So, you know what? My first, when I'm done junior, so now we have the exhibition games. So, we're in training camp for 2 weeks, and we'll go back on all this. But so they room me with Brian Sutter. Okay. And you guys know Brian, and if you know him at all, he's very intense. He's very intense. And he takes the game home with him. Yes. But he also taught me how to compete each and every night and be ready. So he's one of those guys that, 5 years as a roommate, but our first exhibition game is in Chicago, and doesn't matter if we win, we lost. I don't remember, but I've got a little bag. It's at the end of my bed, and Brian, he's out with his brothers and comes in probably about 2:00 in the morning and stumbles over my bag. And I think we're on the 27th floor, and goes head first into the window. And I'm under the covers just because he's like, Charlie, you little fucker, where are you?
Oh, man. He was great when we had him on.
And he loves you, Dougie. Yes. Absolutely loves you.
I love him, man. Like I give him so much credit for teaching me how to compete each and every night. Yeah. So,
he said that.
And for pound, he was tough as nails.
I know. They always say you're the toughest player pound for pound. Brian Sutter's right there. He wasn't like, I'm watching a fight of his today. Like he wasn't that big, was he? Like, I mean, he just wasn't that big.
No, probably 175 pounds. I was about 50 when I played in St. Louis. So, but he was 175 pounds.
Wait.
And
go ahead. Sorry. 150. Sorry. I thought you were 140 in juniors, and you're only 150.
Yeah.
You were 150 pounds in that era.
150 to 155 at best. Oh well, listen. You know what? We played in Philadelphia one night, and so I'm standing there. My first year in the league, right? I got a 2-way contract. After 40 games, it's a 1-way contract. So I'm looking at the Philly players, and Brian Sutter steps in front of me. He goes, "What are you looking at?" I said, "Well, who's that guy there?" He goes, "That is Randy Holt. Do not go near him. Do not look at him." He was tough as nails, but he was a smaller guy, and I'm like, "He's got gray hair." I'm like, who's this guy? So again, Brian taught me a lot, man. He really did.
Yeah, he tells a story of how, like, when he found out you got traded from St. Louis, he was in an airport in Minnesota, and he pulled the payphone out of the wall, and they almost took him to jail. So he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy about that.
Did he tell you to stay away from Dave Brown too? By the way, when warm-ups?
Yeah, I do that on my own.
The Cam and Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. Nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and right off the bat, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview.
Here's a great story. Okay, so I'm a 7th round pick. My last year junior, I had 177 points, and I don't have a contract. And St. Louis, Ralston Perina is going to sell the team, and so finally Ron Caron comes in, and I'm over in Germany. And I'm in Dusseldorf practicing with his team. And if I don't have a contract, I'm going to stay here. And so finally, my agent, Larry Kelly, calls me and says, okay. I said, Larry, they want to sign me. And I said, he goes, no, get out of there, leave your equipment, just get home. We're going to have a deal with you with St. Louis. And in my basement, I have my first contract, which is really cool. It's 25 in the minors and 70,000 pro. So it was and like a 2-way contract, and then turns into a 1-way. But such a unique thing that my dad saved for me, and God bless his soul. So, but my first training camp in St. Louis when I got drafted, we're in Regina, Saskatchewan. We're there for 2 weeks, and the last night, right across from the hotel, there's a bar there. And so pretty much every player, pro, American League, or kids like myself. Well, our curfew's at 11 o'clock. And so I'm sitting there, it's 10 to 11, and I'm just listening to stories. I'm sitting with Bernie Federico, like Suzy, and the best. I said, no, I better go. So I go back, and there's I forget the guy's name, but he was an Army guy that was one of the scouts and really focused on certain things. And he goes, "You're cutting it close, kid." And I said, "Yeah, no, I just was over there with the guys. I just want to learn from them." And so he walks me up to the 3rd floor, and you got to get bigger. You got to get stronger. I'm going to suggest you do 10 push-ups a day. Okay. So I'm just listening, guys. But I want to go
a day.
But 10 a day. But I want to go back. So I go back to my room, and my roommate's a French goalie, and he's out cold. He's getting sent back tomorrow to the junior. And so I'm on the third floor, and I look out the window, and you know what? It's only about 10 feet down. I might jump down there and go back over. So I do. But the problem is I'm on the second floor, and the second floor is about 20 feet down to the first floor. So now I'm stuck on the second floor. And I'm looking in the window like a creeper, and it's like there's a young couple, young girl in bed. So I knock on the window. I said, they open the window. It's like, can we help you? I was like, yeah, St. Louis Blues initiation. Can you let me through? So I go back up. I go up the stairs, go back towards my room. I said, I give up. So I'm walking towards my room, and the military guy's still there. So he's looking at me going, okay, I just walked you into this room, and now you're walking up the hallway. And it's like, well, sir, have you been drinking tonight? I said, I walked right out here to call my parents to say I was coming home tomorrow. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh, my God.
So I must have confused that guy for many years. So unfortunately, I'm trying to go back to hang with the guys.
Well, you confuse that fucking couple that was just having a romantic night, and they see this guy with a long mullet.
Well, they were watching TV, curtains open. It was like, imagine, they kind of jumped a little bit when they saw me. But otherwise, I would have missed my flight the next day, stuck on the roof.
So, okay, so you talk about the Blues drafting you 7th overall. Everybody's looking you over your whole career. You're still dominating, very small. But
seventh round.
7th round. Jeez, no, I know. I got that in my notes, Andy. I got that in my notes. But you dominated. After a while, you had 70 goals. You had 177 points. There's Gretter and one other guy has more points than you overall in league history.
Yeah.
Were you just frustrated? Like, no one's going to take a chance on me. I'm dominating here.
Well, you know what? I after I went back to to Cornwall Royals, and I had a chip on my shoulder. I was pissed off. I wanted to be traded, and you know what? It's just a mentality of when you care, and like the media helped me out, and scouts helped me out. Meaning they said I was too small. Well, go screw yourself. Yeah. And it made me a part of it. And then my brother is 13 years older than I am, so he's like 30. My story. My brother's 71 now, and he played in the.
He may have been 30 back then. I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, he played in the minors. He was a great athlete. Don Cherry up here at Grapes, coach him in Rochester.
Oh yeah.
Always said he had so much talent, but he didn't like criticism. And so I went back to junior. The year I had 177 points, and 3 games in the season, I got in a fight with the guy, Mike Eagles, played with Quebec for a bit, and Winnipeg. And he was a lefty, and I was a lefty. I didn't know he was a lefty. Broke my nose and cheekbone. So at that point in time, he just more or less said, Doug, just go play and do what you can. So, again, then I get to St. Louis, and Jacques Demers is there. And Jacques says to me, can you check? Well, come on, you want to play in the NHL, you do whatever it takes, right? So they have Bernie Federico, Guy Chouinard, Blake Dunlop, Larry Patey, Alain Lemieux, and then me. So I said, yeah, I'll check. And so, you know, I got 20 goals plus my first 3 years with Jacques. And I played against Gretzky. I played against like Marcel Dion, Eddie Savard. And you know what? You learn, you watch, you listen. And it was so the opportunity that I had there, it was just amazing. And like Jacques was such a kind of a inspiration, motivator. And the best story with him is after that miracle Monday that Doug Wickenheiser scored. Came back to beat Calgary. I was playing with Brian Sutter and Greg Kozlowski, and these guys scored, and then Wick scored in overtime. And Game 7, it's 70 degrees in St. Louis. Fly into Calgary, and we think we're pretty much Miami Vice Don Johnson outfits on, and snowstorm, and it's not a great idea. And Jacques Demers' pregame speech was, Bob Johnson was the coach there, and he was an innovator, just like as far as videos and different things. And Jacques' speech to us was, those guys are over there watching videos of us trying to figure out the game plan. We don't even know what our game plan is, so let's go. And he goes, this is where we separate the men from the boys, so let's go, boys. I loved it. So we end up losing that game 2-1 or 3-2, whatever it was. And Harry Arnett was the new owner of the team, and we had a charter going to Montreal. In the finals, we won. And we got up in the morning, and the charter was, that night the charter was canceled. And the next day, we all had to pay for our own way home. And Rob Ramage, I had a credit card. I didn't have a limit, meaning my limit was $1,000 or whatever. And so our leaders paid for everybody to get back. And guys went through Salt Lake City to St. Louis or Chicago from Calgary. It was unbelievable.
Wow. So they made you pay your own way back because you lost? So they would have chartered you to Montreal if you would have won to go play in the Stanley Cup final. But since you lost, they're like, sorry, boys, you're on your own.
And even better, you got your league bonuses from the NHL, but you had your own team bonuses, and they should arrive somewhere end of June, July, or whatever. So got my, I think there's 4 of us that got our checks for $7,000-8,000, maybe a little bit more. And that's your living costs in the summertime kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the checks, they bounced. It's like, really? So you go to cash a check, and it's like, hang on, it bounced. And then you get a hold of your agent, and finally, we got the money. But it's like just different times.
Yeah, no, I've heard the horror stories, man. From those days back then. Just the ownership, it was so crazy. But Jacques Demers, remember he came out several years ago. He said he was couldn't read or he couldn't write. He was dyslexic or something. Did you know that when you were playing for him? Were you surprised to hear that? What was your reaction to that?
Well, totally surprised. And you know what? I thank him so much every day that he gave me the opportunity. And you know what? As Cam, you get that opportunity, you run with it.
Oh yeah.
And if I didn't get that opportunity, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, how I say that about Jacques, he relied on his leadership, like Sudsy and, everybody, Rammer and Bernie and everybody else. And you talk to the players that way. Like he was a player's coach, and it's, he's, I got to go to another story now.
Go ahead.
So we're on the airplane, commercial flight, and we're going to LA. So on the plane, Jacques says, okay, you can have 2 beers or 1 rocket. So the rocket is booze. Well, yeah, it's Sunday night or Sunday. And so we play Tuesday and we play Thursday and we fly back home Friday morning at 8 a.m. commercial flight. Well, yeah, we had more than all that considered. And then we go out, and a couple guys came home a little bit late, and blood trails from falling off the bar stools and different things. And so we play. So we have practice on Monday, and then the Tuesday we play with 3 lines and 4 defense. The guys that were out got caught, and they're not playing. So we end up winning somehow. We end up winning, and then get the full lineup back on a Thursday and got our butts kicked. So Josh, he kind of, you know, he was not a yeller. He had a lot of, how can I say it, just love for the players and team. He wasn't hard on anybody, but he had his rules. And so again, when he really didn't do pregame speeches as you get into it, because, you know, Doug McLean was there. He was one of the assistant coaches, and they ran through all that stuff. But Jacques just one of the best. And again, I can't thank him enough to help me out my career.
Hey, before we move on to Calgary and obviously Toronto, but like you said, Brett Hull, you played with him for 3 or 4 months. So, like, what was your initial reaction? Like, did you think this guy was going to be, like, a superstar? Like, and was he loud back then? Did he come in with that personality, or was he pretty quiet?
Was he overweight?
He wasn't overweight. I'll give you that. He wasn't downtown in St. Louis the day of the parade. So, Brett came in. I guess, you know, he's got charisma. I know Brett a little bit because when in Cornwall, I was number 19 when I got to training camp. And Brett Hull's brother, Bobby Jr., was on the team. And then he got let go, and I went to number 9. So I knew, obviously, the family and different things. And Brett was amazing. You know, he's confident, and he has that charisma. But yeah, you pass him the puck, and it's like, oh boy. I had Joey Mullen in Calgary, and Joey's a smaller guy and could shoot the puck, but it was nowhere close to Brett. And so, again, it was great to play with Brett, and I got to know him a little bit, and then I got traded. But what a player!
Yeah, no, he was incredible.
What a guy!
He was incredible.
Yeah.
How do you reflect on your time here in St. Louis? First of all, I remember meeting you, like when you were at Creve Coeur Ice Rink Friday night. You had your little girl. I came up to you, got the autograph. I remember back in the day. It was a Friday night public skate. You were there. And your daughter Madison was maybe a year old or something like that, right? Am I thinking this accurately?
Yep. No, maybe 2 years old at the time. But you know what? The Creve Coeur, loved the area. Then I moved to Chesterfield, and when you pass the mall, you go up the hill. There was kind of, when it almost up to the top, little subdivision on the right hand side. There's a baby blue house there that I end up moving to, and Mark Hunter was on the street, and I'll go to that story in a second. But my time there, like when I saw you in obviously St. Louis at the All-Star game, it's like it was so unbelievable. And God bless Bobby Player. It's like Barkley was my assistant coach when I first came in, and I knew Bob for a long time, and and his energy and his little giggles all the time, and his stories and his jokes, and it just brought life to it. And so my time in St. Louis was great. I'm sure you know Bart Saraceno, Bartolino's restaurant.
Oh yeah.
I stayed there all the time, and to this day, good friend Becky Schuker that works for the team. She was at my wedding many years ago, and just the people are so friendly and so nice. And again, I can't say enough about St. Louis, and I was more than happier when they won the Stanley Cup. It was my first team for 5 years, and my longest standing team was 5.5 in Toronto. So St. Louis is right up there. But it's something that it was so nice to go back, and it's changed so much that and to see all the hockey guys, the NHL guys, stay and be a part of it. And I know Blake Dunlop was one of those guys. Perry Turnbull,
great guy.
Yeah. Well, I took number 9 when Perry left because I was number 18, and when Perry went to Winnipeg, because that was my junior number. But I honestly, there were so many great stories and fun times in St. Louis, and Norm Mackey, our old trainer back in the days, and Frankie Burns. They're all gone now, but it's just the history is amazing, and I wish I spent more time. It was actually on a whim that I had to go to it. That this company that I work with, they said, "You're going." So I was like, okay, I'm going. So I got to see everybody real quick, and it was great.
That was for the All-Star game? That was the last time you were here, right?
Oh, yeah. I saw him in the locker room.
Yeah.
That was cool to see all the guys, Dougie? Wasn't that cool to see all the guys?
Oh, my God.
How nice is that fucking rink, too, by the way? Pretty cool setup we have.
Oh, is that unbelievable?
Dude.
Like, that is so amazing. And, again, to get to see everybody, and nobody knew I was coming, and it was like, we're in the parking lot early, and it's not that I was supposed to be there, but I'm doing my own interviews for Sonic Insurance, that is rink board for NHL Players Association, and but so Becky picks me up, and we go and we see it, and it's like, wow, this is so cool. And to see everybody. But I'm in the parking lot, and the first guy I see is John Wensick. And it's like,
yeah.
And I'm like, and John played in Cornwall in junior. And so I've been in touch with him on Facebook and different things. And what a great man. And then I got to see Blake Dunlop, and it was so surreal to see like Bruce Affleck too. I haven't seen in a long time. And, the list goes on. So what an amazing building. And, the fans, they were always like that, but it's even better that the All-Star game was there right after the Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was just to celebrate it.
Perfect.
Hey, but it ended so abruptly. Like, you had some great seasons here, and people don't realize. Like, I know everyone adopted you there in Toronto, but you played the second most games of your career in terms of all the teams you played for right here in St. Louis. So did you carry a bitter taste in your mouth because it ended so abruptly and so quickly, or were you able to move forward and truly appreciate and still love the city of St. Louis and the organization and all that type of stuff?
No, probably. Because I'm from Ontario, and I played in Toronto for a little bit longer, but my favorite stories, my favorite times are St. Louis. I can't say enough about the people and the friends that I met there. Like when I was in Creve Coeur, the area, I lived in a little townhouse that it was so cool that. Neil Lomax was there. The running back,
O.J. Anderson.
Whatever.
O.J. Anderson.
O.J. Anderson. Yeah,
you would know that.
Cam doesn't know Neil Lomax was the old big red quarterback, by the way.
And he knows everything.
Yeah. So it was cool. You know what I mean? It was something that you got to meet other athletes, and then obviously I'm a baseball fan. I'm a junkie on that I'll watch hours of baseball, and it's my dad was a baseball player. He wasn't a hockey player, and he played a little bit in the New York State League. And my brother was a great ball player too. Had to try it with the Expos, and so again, it was so surreal that being in a town at the time, the Cardinals were there, football Cardinals, and baseball. Come on, I got to meet Ozzie Smith, and again, I'm showing my age here, but it was something that it's like, what a great city, what a great town. And when I went back during the All-Star game, and you're going through the areas that I forgot about, how beautiful it was, and just something that it's one of my favorite teams of all time.
Time to talk a little bit about Daredevil hockey, the ultimate in performance plus protection. Daredevil is a lightweight compression-based layer designed with Kevlar cut-resistant fabric overlays that protects all the vulnerable areas of the upper and lower body from skate lacerations. Get yours now. www.daredevilhockey.com. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. You'll save 25%. Now back to the interview.
Let's go.
All right, so you get to Calgary. Like, are you responsible for all the other Blues players going to Calgary too? Like, were you telling management, "Oh, we should get"?
They were there before me.
Ah, okay.
They were there before me.
Making sure.
And one of the highlights for me is when I scored on the empty net to take a 2-goal lead with like a minute to go, and there was Rob Ramage, Joey Mullen, and I on the ice at that time. So it's pretty cool. And, you had Rick Natras that was there too.
Wammer? Was Wammer there?
Wammer
was there too. So it's like, what, you guys heard stories about Ron Caron, and it's like probably one of the most intense GMs in the world during a game, and he was electric. He was funny, and it's like I'll never forget. We're playing a playoff game in Detroit, and Jorgen Pedersen.
Oh yeah,
he was my line mate, and Wayne Babbage was the other one, and so Jorgen. In our days, guys, you get a dozen sticks in, and probably 3 of them are really good, so you use the bad ones in practice and stuff. And Jorgen would always say, "Oh, I like." And Jorgen didn't really go into the corners very much. So before games, he always say, "Doug, I feel good. I'll be hiding the slot." So for just the stuff that you learn, and Cam, you're a different player obviously, but you learn, right? I played with Proby in Chicago, and like he just yes, he has to go sometimes, but he's ready, he's prepared, he's such a great guy. And again, just so many people that, for me, like, I could tell a story about one of the Fleur. So get off of Calgary for a second, but we're playing 94 playoffs, and I'm playing against Gino Ojic all the time, meaning he's in my face every second.
We had him on the podcast, by the way.
We had Wendell on too.
We had Wendell on too. We have everybody.
Yeah. So, but I had Gino in Montreal. So again, great guy, but I'll never forget in the playoffs. Wendell goes up to Pavel Bure. He says, "You touch Gilmour," Gino. No, sorry. Wendell goes up to Pavel Bure. He says, "If Gino touches Doug Gilmour one more time, I'm going to knock you out."
Oh.
And Gino did not touch me the rest of the series.
He loved it.
So, but guys, Calgary, it was such a blessing to win a cup. 20 years I played, I only won one cup, and So that's how hard that cup thing is. And to be with the guys that from Calgary was totally amazing. And then you know, things change after that.
Yeah.
Then I got the Toronto.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna that, but I want to ask you about that cup run though, and playing against '99 and how you know, checking Wayne Gretzky, like, and I know how much of a killer you are, Charles. Okay, so what'd you do to him? Like, were you chirping him? Were you whacking him when no one was looking? Like, were you like, how'd you get him off his game?
Well, first and foremost, when it comes down to that time in Toronto, and you know what, I'm trying to be as good as him now. Because when I was my first 3 years, I'm just trying to. I'm learning. I'm watching how he goes behind the net and what he's kind of embarrassing me at. And so you learn from that, and then you play against him, and now I'm not going to say almost as good because there was nothing there, but I'm getting better. And so that Calgary run, again, the Edmonton-Calgary regime back then, it was a war every night, just like Chicago and St. Louis and Minnesota and St. Louis back in the days. But Gretzky was in LA. So when I got to Calgary, our first round, like we won the President's Trophy with I think 116 points, and Montreal was 115 points. And at first round, we're playing against Vancouver, and I struggled in that series. Just, it's one of those things. And you know what? The harder you try, the worse you are. And then we win in overtime, game 7. Now we go into LA. And, well, this is awesome. Well, we beat them 4 straight. And then we go to Chicago. We beat them in 5, and then we won game 6 in Montreal. First time anybody's ever won Stanley Cup in Montreal. So it's for me, you don't worry about your opposition. More important, you worry about yourself and how you're going to play.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, and I think Janet Gretzky, we had Wayne on here.
Yeah, we did.
And I think he said Janet told him the closest thing that she's ever seen to Wayne was you as a player. So
yeah, they tried. I know them, and obviously Janet from St. Louis, and we had dinner many times. And actually, I thought I was going to L.A.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh, you'd have been a star there. Ooh.
So you thought you were going to L.A.?
You live in Hollywood, Dougie.
Wait, from Calgary, when you were having the contract issues with Calgary, you thought you were going to L.A. and not Toronto?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like, again, it's thank God. You know what? I heard L.A. and I heard Hartford. Thank God I went to Toronto.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, Dougie.
Rank those 3. L.A., Toronto, Hartford. Okay?
Well, you know what? Even when I got traded to Toronto, they gave, you play with Lou. Lou's the best.
Oh, yeah.
And he's hard on, he's strict and different things, but as a person, what a nice man. He'll do anything for you. If you ask for anything, he'll do it. Yep. And you know what? They just changed their hockey club too, didn't they? Real quick.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
And he brings on players he knows too.
Yes, he does. Brings them back.
Yeah. So Cliff Fletcher says, Cliff's in Toronto, but I know I'm getting traded. So again, Doug Riseborough is a GM. He was an assistant coach when we won the cup, and then he became a head coach and GM. And him and I really didn't like each other as players, and so it kind of carried over. And so when I got traded to Calgary, and then Calgary, Doug Risebrough is more or less saying, I went to arbitration with him and I won, so he doesn't like me now, even worse. So now there's a list where I'm going to go. And it's like, I don't know what the list is, but I heard there were 3 teams from my agent, and I'm going to put in my order: Florida Panthers, Philly Flyers, and then Jersey. Went to Jersey, and I hate saying I have regrets if I could change something, but I should have stayed in Jersey instead of going to Chicago. I liked it there. It was great. The team was great. Great restaurant there called Spanky's. Cam just laughed.
I know where you're at, dude. They changed the name. Yeah.
Okay. Happy Feet. So it's one of those things that it was such a good organization. And my dad, I said before, was a big baseball fan. So I get traded there. My parents come up and we're bring Dad into the dressing room. And so Dr. McMillan on the team, and he's in there. They're doing a little workout on the bikes, really slow, but, doing their thing. And who's with him? Yogi Berra. And my dad's a baseball guy. I bring my dad in. He doesn't know that Yogi's there. He looks at him. He almost dropped. He goes, "Oh my God." And again, he was a big memorabilia guy for baseball and stuff. And just to see my dad's face light up, because you know what, my parents they worked at Kingston Penitentiary. My dad was a guard. He became a storekeeper. My mom was secretary at a different one. My sister was a guard at the women's pen, and my brother, after he retired, he was kind of sports organization there. So it's one of those things. Like, I grew up that they gave me every opportunity that they couldn't afford sometimes. And so when I got traded from Toronto, because my parents came up every weekend to watch the games when we were home, and they stay with me. And now that I'm out of there, it was tough. And, it kind of stressed them out a little bit too. And but I brought him up, and my dad's eyes just lit up when he met Yogi Berra. Okay. It was so amazing.
So did mine, Dougie.
Yeah.
Mine did too, because I was like 20 years old, 19, 18 years old, and I got done doing a late workout, and I went into the shower, and I started showering, and I see this older man walk in. Dougie, I had no idea who the hell he was. I'm from saying I had no idea. I showered with him at 18, 19 years old.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Like how small he was and how good he was.
I'm like, what am I doing? He's best friends with Lou. Lou was friends with everybody, so it was the weirdest thing. So I showered with Yogi Berra. Proud of it.
I didn't have that chance.
No. Dad, Cam would do that all over again.
Yeah, I'll shower with anybody.
Hey, okay, so let's go back to Calgary. So you got the contract issue, and you essentially quit, right? You left the team. You put it in perspective. What really happened?
Yeah. Okay, what really happened is we're playing in San Francisco at the Cal Palace, and before San Jose's rink was built. So roommate was Tim Sweeney, played in the NHL a little bit. And I got up in the morning to go for a pee around 6 a.m. in the morning. And so probably back east is 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's like the joining door to my room. Hotels used to have the joining doors.
Oh yeah.
Some do still, but some don't. Well, it was Doug Risebrough. And Doug Risebrough, he's on the phone. I'm going to trade this fucking guy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. It's like mentions my name. And I'm like, hang on a second here. I got to go for a pee, but I got to listen to this. So I laid down on the floor and put my ear down right almost to the carpet. And trying to listen to what's going on. And he's talking about me. He's going to trade me. I don't know what team he's talking to or anything else, but Tim Sweeney wakes up. He goes, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Your name's evolved too. Get over here." So that's how it happened. And so I waited about a month and a half. So I was going to wait till New Year's. And after we played, I think we beat Montreal 3-2 in overtime, New Year's Eve. And I already had Larry Patey actually was in town that day, and he came in to say hi. And so I said, "Larry, do me a favor, I'm going to give you a dozen sticks, put them in my truck." And so he did. And we had a team party after we won. And I told my team, I said, "Guys, I'm sorry, but I have to leave." And they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I won't be at practice tomorrow." And Team Canada is in Calgary at the time, so I can go practice with them. So I had that kind of set up behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And next morning I walk in, I pack my equipment up, and Paul Baxter's there, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm done." And he goes, "Doug Riseborough's upstairs in the office. You better go tell him." So I went up and I said, "Thank you very much. And I'm out of here. I'm going to go play with Team Canada." And he goes, "If you walk from this team, I'm going to trade you." Well, I already know that's going to happen.
Right. He's already talking about trading you.
No shit.
Yeah. So the next day I get traded, 10-player deal.
I know. So, crazy deal. Crazy deal.
And you guys, you can ask Chopper that. Mm-hmm. Like, Chopper came to me afterwards. He goes, "You know what? Unbelievable how we should have stuck up." Like, meaning somehow, like, management, whatever, rise off, see you later, bye. Because we were a pretty loaded team there with Fleury, Gary Roberts, Newendike, Al McGinnis, Gary Sewer. The list goes on. And it's like, we were a good team we could have been a good team for many, many years. And it got chopped up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
Chopper's Al McInnes, for all you
for people who don't know.
There you go.
Yeah,
but like, and Chopper has even mentioned this before, though. Like, you're on the ice, you look up in the box. Was this during the game where before your arbitration hearing that you see the arbitrator sitting with management from Calgary? What are they masterminding? What you're going to be paid and how the arbitration is going to go?
This is the best story. It's like, so arbitration for me, we're playing on, just say it's Saturday night, arbitration's on Sunday, and these days you're not in the meeting. Sorry, no, you are. Sorry, I apologize. So my agent's in town, and he's like, "Okay, this is the arbitrator." I believe it was, might have been Bertuzzi, the dad. He was the arbitrator.
Really? Todd Bertuzzi?
Yeah.
We had him on.
Yeah. I think he was the arbitrator for this game. Wow. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking up the box, and there's the arbitration guy sitting with Riseborough. I'm like, okay, the hell's this going to go? But again, Larry Kelly, he's a lawyer, and first two guys he had was Steve Larmer and Doug Wilson. And again, he wasn't an agent at the time, but he got into this, and then I came in. Then he brought Eisenman in, and we didn't pay percentage; we paid by the hour, which was great back in the days. So, Doug Riseborough, his first arbitration, he's got 3 pieces of paper stapled together. Why I don't deserve this money, and my agent goes first, Larry, and he's got probably about 200 pages, and you get affidavits from Wayne Gretzky, Dale Howard truck. The list goes on. Why I deserve this. So Risebrow he started reading one line and it was going sideways, and he more or less threw it down and goes, "I'm going to trade this guy," and that was it. So,
and you're in there. You're in there watching all this.
Oh yeah, My lawyers kicked me on the table. It's like 3 pages stapled together. And he's got a booklet that he hands out to the arbitrator, Risebrow. And again, it's got to be 150 pages long, and affidavits from players in the league. Why this is what we didn't know what other guys made at the time, but it's like, yeah, he deserves this. And so it was too funny.
Wow.
Risebrow just lost his mind.
Oh my God.
He couldn't speak, and again, when everything's over and done with, Doug and I spoke, Risebrow, everything's all good, and he was nice enough to man up and say, you know what, probably the biggest mistake I made.
Oh yeah.
Well, you guys didn't like each other though either. That carried over from your days playing against each other.
Hated him playing against. Oh yeah, I hated him. It's like, you know what? There's in the days, like again, 83 to 2003, things change, but it's like I only survived because people kind of want to know that. For me, I had to tell him sometimes he's not all there. So if you're going to hit me, I'm going to somehow get you back. And my best thing was on the calf. Splash the guy as hard as I can on the calf, because that's going to shut down on him in the third period.
You got to really get him. I see guys do that even to this day.
And back in the day, you could fucking hook and clutch.
It's just like kind of like a love tap.
Like,
hey,
you're earning it.
Before we move on, can I ask you about Theo Fleury though? We've had him on, and obviously, listen, he's very open about the issues that he's had and whatever. Did you like him as a teammate? Were you guys friends? Were you surprised to see him kind of go off the rails later in his career? And I'd love to hear an Al McKenna story too, if you have one. No doubt.
Okay, guys. Theo, I took care of Theo, and he was a big part of, like, when we had like Thanksgiving dinner, whatever. After games, we'd go to a country western bar. He'd get up on stage and sing some songs and stuff, and I'm like, "Let's go." And he goes, "Oh, no, I'm not ready to go yet. No, let's go." And the only thing I ever got mad at Theo was when I get traded, and he more or less said to me, "Well, we got rid of guys that don't want to be here." And so now, the next game, that's on my mind against him. So it's just a competitive attitude, and it's like, but no, Theo, I've seen Theo, I've spoken to him. He's a great guy. How he went sideways, guys, I honestly, I don't know. But with my time with Theo in Calgary, he was great.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
What about Chopper? Like, how good was he?
Yeah.
How hard did he shoot the puck? Did he ever really truly tee one off in practice? Would he not shoot in practice?
Ugh.
Like,
well,
had you ever seen anybody shoot the puck like that?
No. But he had such a good vision back there too, where he gets slap pass and different things. But Chopper, I kind of got embarrassed in Toronto by Chopper, because I'm killing a penalty, takes a slap shot, hits me right in the laces. Like, I crawl to the bench, and then third period, he takes a slap shot, and I flamingo. And Pat Burns shows the video the next day of me flamingoing. And it's like, just trying to embarrass me, but it's like, come on. It's like, you think that doesn't hurt? And again, guys, I had a high instep, and it's just, if you ever watch, they showed in between intermission, I undid my skates almost every second shift. to loosen them up and then tie them back up because my feet hurted so much on the front of my foot.
Really? Yeah, well, it's not good to do that, though, Dougie, because you get rocked and your foot is going to inflame, right? So if you want to keep that damn boot on, so you're on time. Yeah.
No, I'm just talking about normal. I could not do that. After that shot, the first thing the trainer says, do not take that skate off.
Wow.
It's like it's gonna blow up.
Isn't that horrible, though? Like, you've taken a beating, you've fought guys, you hit guys, you've gotten injured, but that blocking shots messes you up more than anything, getting in front of a shot like that. So when you do flamingo, which is such a weird thing to do because you know you're going to be on the video the next day, but you're like, do you want to be out for 6 to 8 weeks blocking that damn shot? I mean, that's your rebuttal.
Yeah, in Burns, he was great. Like, he's sending a message not to do this. But at the same time, he was sending a message to laugh at it because, again, I'd rather take it in a shin pad than anywhere on the skate. And obviously, the skates are so different now that it still hurts. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the same. It's like I wore the Dows, and once I had always had 3 pairs of skates. So sometimes after the second period, I'd change and go to a new skate, and that are already broken in, but they were so heavy, and just like when I played in St. Louis, you got a size, say, I'm a size 10 shoe. I wore a 7.5 skate, so my feet were tight in there. Yeah. But when I played in St. Louis, they ordered you a size 8, whatever. So one foot, your bigger foot, I have 2 pairs of socks in there, and the other one I have 3 pairs. And so imagine how heavy your skates get.
Soaked.
It's just like, yeah. And we didn't know about drilling holes in the bottom and all that stuff at the time. But it's just, it's so much accelerated as far as the equipment and everything else. And like, did you ever wear the Donzies?
Oh yeah, I did. The shoulder pads? Oh yeah.
Donzies?
Yeah. Cam made fun of me.
Doesn't even wear shoulder pads now.
Cam made fun of me because there was a picture that somebody posted back when I was in high school. They were like football shoulder pads.
Yeah, but Andy's head's really small.
Did you wear the black and orange ones?
No, I never wore shoulder pads. Like I just had pretty much the caps, and I had a back strip for cross checks on my back for my spine.
Coopers?
But pretty much when I got to Jersey, they put caps around my little wee caps that I had. It was actually a Hessler little shoulder pads that weighed about a pound, and not even a pound, ounces.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't wear equipment. I just had on cross checks on the your arm. I had pads there, and I had a back pad. So look, little humpback on it when you see some of my games, but that was a pad for cross checks.
Oh yeah, man. I like wearing the small shoulders because you can kind of rip out. You can rip them off in a fight, but when you fall into the boards 100 miles an hour, you want those big shoulders to protect that AC joint. No shit.
Time to talk about our boy Dan Bellman. Ooh. Bellman.com. That's with 2 N's, not one. BEHLMANN.com. Hey, check out the new inventory. Check out the pre-owned vehicles. You looking for a Chrysler, a Dodge, a Jeep, a Ram? How about a Cadillac or a Buick GMC? All in Troy, Missouri. Get your new wheels in time for the winter. Now back to the interview.
Hey, I got to ask you about this. My old coach in Windsor, Tom Webster, who passed away about a year ago. Love him. What was that?
God bless him.
What'd you do? No, you push him. Didn't he punch you and get suspended for that too?
You got suspended too, didn't you?
You got dinged too, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
did.
Great guy.
He said, listen, I know him really well. I did know him. Obviously, he passed away in Windsor, and he's a great man. But again, when you're on the ice, and coach says something to you, I'm like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a heated argument. And that was it. So it was all done. But it's like, for me, for example, when you're coaching in junior, and I think it's kind of a rule to the law, you don't yell at opposition players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let the teammates do that. And he said something to me, and I went right there, and he punched me. I faked it a bit. I'm trying to get a penalty and whatever, but yeah, we both got suspended. And again, I know the man so well, and what a great man.
Yeah. That shit happens. It's funny.
Okay, so you're in Toronto.
Oh.
First off, I got to ask you, though, because I remember being a kid and hearing these stories about you, that they said you would, like, lose all this weight during games when you played. Like, would you, like, lose a ton of weight during games?
How much weight can you lose?
Like,
You're 140 pounds.
Because you would play so much? Like, what's the story there?
Well, again, I got bigger when I got to Toronto. I was about 170. And so, but don't forget, it's like we're talking about playoffs more than anything else.
Right.
And the 92-93 season, we played 21 games in 42 nights. Ooh. And so, it took its toll. I'm playing anywhere from, 22 to, let's say, 36 minutes. And it's this power play, penalty kill, fourth line, whatever it takes, you just keep on going. And the biggest thing is that after the game was over, I'd lay on the trainer's table. Doctor would come in, IV, hook me right back up. I didn't even feel like I played that night. After I was done, go home, have a bite to eat. It's like, I'm ready to go. And so the electrolytes they put back into me ASAP was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, dude! I want that every day.
So the conference, yeah, exactly.
Some morning.
So the conference final in '93, though.
Here we go.
Like, first off, the hit from McSorley, right? You're coming across the blue line, and he just absolutely trucks you.
Totally my fault.
Was it your okay? And
totally my fault.
And I think Wendell fought him after that, right?
Toe to toe, baby.
How bad did that hurt?
It surprised me. It didn't hurt, but it surprised me. And you know what? Again, it's my fault as a centerman. Do not go through the ice when a guy like that's on the ice. You know better. And I've been knocked out probably in the NHL about 4 or 5 times by doing stupid things and washing the puck and watching your pass. So it happens. But you know, there's the leader I'm talking about again, Wendell, and came in, went toe to toe with him, and crazy.
Oh, that was
so.
Pat Burns going nuts.
Oh my God!
Did you always get along with Pat? Did you guys have run-ins? Would you battle?
I loved him.
Or did you guys just?
Well, when Pat again, with Calgary, we beat him in Montreal, and so Pat signed as the head coach of Toronto Maple Leafs. So it was my first full year, and you know, hopefully nothing but let's go up. And so Pat calls me up. He goes, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm here." And he goes, "Okay, let's meet at this place." And his place called Gilmore's. So it rhymed with Gilmore. And
clever.
Yeah, so it's a little establishment that strip joint, and we're having a meeting. So we're in there for 20 minutes, and we're out of there because just couldn't talk. But usually those places you just go to talk, you don't watch. So we go to a little pub, and he goes, "Here's what I want from you. You be the best player in practice every day. It will carry over in games for the rest of our team. Leaders lead by not just example, but they will follow because they'll make you better." So, okay. And when I had a bad game, I'd walk in the next day to see him. He goes, "Come here." And all I had to say to him was like, Don't worry about it. I'll be better. He didn't have to say a word to me because I knew. And he had that police mentality that could scare you. Yes. Yeah. And he was mean. And like, and he wasn't a phony. He was fully mean. But you respect him. Oh my God. He would respect you back so much.
Yeah. All right. So, the high stick from Gretzky. I know you've been asked about this 5 million times, probably in Toronto. But my question is, did he ever say anything to you after? Did Wayne ever say anything to you down the line or whatever, and being like, that was a terrible missed call? Like, how nervous was he that he was going to get called on that?
No, like, come on. He came to a banquet 4 years ago, 87 Canada Cup banquet, talk about it, and I'm in the audience, and he doesn't know this. And question from Doug, and it's like, high stick, and the crowd went crazy. And then he's like, I'm just kidding. So, Gretz, thanks for being here. I live not far from Hamilton, and like, you're my favorite player of all time. And that was it. But you know what? Like, even Kerry Fraser, like the crap that he had to go through, one referee, and guys, the rules were, if the referee sees it, it's 2 minutes. If the linesmen see it, it's 5 minutes, game misconduct, and you're gone. Well, hang on. We're in the Hood Forum in L.A. It's like the linesman should have said, Kerry, I saw it. It's high stick. Just give him 2 minutes. But there's no call. And I don't blame Kerry because he can't see everything. The linesmen are right there. So I blame them more than Kerry.
Yeah, his dad, his family got harassed.
We had Kerry on, by the way.
Yeah, Kerry was talking about...
He was devastated by this. Big time, Dougie.
Oh, listen, I did a banquet, a Zoom... he was at a banquet, and they Zoom called me in, and we got a person to say, Kerry speaking. He said, I got a friend here that wants to say hi, and I didn't tell Kerry what I was doing, but I said, hey, Kerry, how are you? Good to see you. And I had ketchup on my hand, and it's like, yeah, no call, but it was set up to make him. I told him about it, and again, I've done many charity hockey games with Kerry, and
he probably started crying. He probably started crying, Dougie.
He was fixing his hair. He was fixing his hair.
Oh, he's a good dude.
Well, you know what? I was supposed to play golf on June, but it's been canceled. It's been pushed back to September. It's with Jerry Rice, Boo Wheatley, and Faraday, and my caddy is actually Kerry Fraser.
Wow.
Funny how that works.
Although you had sick hair too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You all had
How much you get paid for that banquet, by the way, in Toronto? They'll probably pay you a couple $100,000 to do that in Toronto.
For what banquet?
You say,
what about anything in Toronto? Well, let me ask you this real quick.
Anything
Dougie.
in Toronto.
Anything in Toronto you get a ton of money for.
Fourth liners getting free cars.
I know, dude. Can I ask you something on this real quick? Did you get suspended?
100%.
Did you get suspended for 8 practice games?
I know.
What the hell does that mean, Dougie?
Okay. Gil Stein came in to be NHL top guy.
Head of discipline, whatever.
Intern, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he inducted himself to the Hockey Hall of Fame too, I believe. But
it must be nice.
I think that was revoked. I think that was revoked. Cam, the Hall of Fame thing, you know what? You don't play to get in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? You play to play hockey and win. And that, like, the Hall of Fame thing, it's an honor. I get it, but I played to win, and that's most important. So, Gil Stein, oh God, this story. So, you talk about karma. Thomas Sandstrom, LA Kings, they beat us in '93. But during that season, he cross-checked Glenn Anderson head first in the boards. So I was back checking. I was trying to go for a stick, but I hit his wrist. So I broke his wrist. So now I got to go for a hearing. Well, I don't really know that. So I'm kind of out a little bit late because next day's off. And it's like, oh, crap. I still got my suit on. Call a cab, get to the airport. Cliff Fletcher's there. He has to be with me for the meeting. And it's like, paging Doug Gilmore, go to this place. So I get there, I get on the flight, and I'm out cold on the flight. It's like 10 minutes into it. He goes, okay, we have a meeting here that we have to go to. I'm like, Cliff, sorry. It's like, I was out last night and day off. Like, it's my time, right, in Toronto. So get to the meeting, and yeah, I got suspended 8 non-game days.
Did you ask for 20?
Yeah. Give me all those practice days off, please.
No, but guys, so you gotta understand. So now Pat Burns sends me to U of T, University of Toronto, to go skate with him. Okay. It's December 15th, 16th. These guys are writing exams. And practice should be late. It's like, oh, really? These guys are going great. So I said, guys, do me a favor. Let's get through this. And after we're done, just practice for an hour. We're going to go hard. And then I'm going to take you to your favorite pub, whatever I'm buying.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, okay, come on. Yeah, I'm awesome. Let's do this. So they do it. And then they say, okay, let's keep going, Doug. And they take me to the Loose Moose downtown. And it's like, I don't know, 1:00 in the morning. I'm out of there. I'm like, I'm puking my brains out. And the next day, we got to practice at 2:00. I walk in at 1:30. Hey guys, how you doing? Awesome to see you. And I'm packing my gear. I'm done. So I didn't practice. So now it gets back to Burns. Oh, you didn't practice it? He said, no, I'm not going near those kids. They killed me last night. So again, it's only 4 years difference. 5 years difference, but it's like, they set me up. The shots, the water shots, yeah, a good one, thanks, bye. And I paid for the whole thing, bastards.
Oh, my God. They love that, though, man.
So, all right.
But you know what? I loved it, too, because it was some great experience.
Yeah.
And something that, what can I say, is like they gave me the opportunity to go skate. And you know what? For them, their dream was to go to the NHL, and now they're in university hockey and probably not going, but yeah. And I hear from a lot of them, it's like, what a great time.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Man, dude, they never forget that, Dougie.
No,
they never forget that, dude.
No. Hey, how close are you to the current team? Are you around there? Like, and what's your and like Brendan Shanahan's relationship? Like, you guys go way back? Did you guys cross paths? Like, are you friends?
I fucking hated Shandy because he was tough as nails. One guy I'm scared of. Honest to God, like he could score, he could compete. Yeah, I'm going to chirp at him, but I'm not going near him to fight him. So I'm one of the ambassadors in Toronto Maple Leafs, but we're not allowed to go anywhere near these guys. Guys, we're locked down so bad right now.
I know you are,
and it's painful. And when I left Kingston Frontenacs as the GM, Shanny brought me in as an ambassador, and I got nothing but great things about Shanny. But fuck, I hated playing against him.
Oh, he had no shoulders either, by the way, Dougie. Hey, what?
Yeah, but But at the same time, he's 6'3" and fucking tough as nails and can fight.
Yeah. But Shanny, I mean, but Dougie, I mean this though. Like, and I was kind of curious. Like, who else did you hate? Like, did you have like any like big rivals that you just absolutely couldn't stand?
You want to slash their face off?
That carried over like for several years.
Okay, this is a story. Thank God, I never got back to the NHL in time when I was playing in Buffalo, and like in Buffalo at my time, the rink was HSBC, which meant holy shit, Buffalo's cold. So that's a bank here. So,
Cam didn't know that. I knew that, but go ahead.
I knew that.
So, you guys can pull it up one day. I'm playing with Jersey. Kasperitis is in Pittsburgh.
We had him on too.
Yeah. Had a little fight with him. Everything else, and again, so I get traded to Buffalo from Chicago with JP Dumont and for Michael Grosick, and Michael Grosick was done the next year. I played a couple more years in Montreal, and JP played another 7 years, whatever, in Nashville. And so JP has the puck. He's going down. Kasperitis comes out of nowhere and fucking knocks him out. So I'm like, okay. So the game's over, and in Buffalo, the buses are there. The players park at the same place. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
So the wife wants me, let's go home. I said, no, I got to wait here for a second. It's like, here comes Kasperitis finally. Fucking toque on, cocky as hell.
Fuck yeah.
So he's walking to go on the bus. So I'm standing inside the building before you go inside the bus. And it's like, I go up and push him and say, hey, let's go. And the one thing that my parents were good, my dad especially, is like, I was brown belt judo. But you can't fight on ice with judo. You know what I mean? So it was like, fuck this. It's like, I'm not leaving until this fucking guy comes out before he gets on his bus. And he's the last guy, thank goodness. So nobody found this out. And he's coming out and, hey, let's go. And he fucking jumped on the bus. Matthew Barnaby's playing with Pittsburgh, and he calls Rob Ray up. He goes, what the fuck happened? And Rob Ray goes, what are you talking about? He goes, Kasperitis and Gilmore. He goes, I don't know. What are you talking about? It's like, well, he was trying to fight him in the parking lot. And he goes, Razor started laughing. He goes, now I know why you're fucking standing there all day. So, yeah. Just wait for it. It's like, yeah, I just, again, and then after the fight, it wasn't much of a fight, but it's like, he challenged me. He didn't think I was gonna go back at him, but he warm up, pass by. Fight today, 100%. I would never say that to anybody, but him, fucking 100%. I would love to fucking knock you out. So
he's got those big old legs too, man. If you're gonna fucking double leg his ass, you're gonna have some trouble because he's got those big legs. Hey, we're gonna let you go here, man. You've been great, but I just want to say something that we both know. Ricky Wilson. Mm-hmm. Rick Wilson was my trainer. Oh God, Dougie.
Let me tell you a quick story.
Go ahead.
Quick story. So my parents, as they were close to retirement, they bought a place out in Lowborough Lake in Kingston, and up the road was Ricky Wilson. Okay. And so we had snow machines and everything else and hung together different things. And he went drafted, and I was a couple years later, got to St. Louis. Okay. this is the best, guys. Ricky goes, okay, come and stay with me. So I got a used blue Z28 white Camaro, T-tops. Get to St. Louis. I go to Ricky's place, stay there. T-tops and stereo are gone the next day. So, but Ricky took care of me. So much history from St. Louis guys, and I'm so proud of them winning the cup. And you know what? On behalf of you know what, you and Rick Wilson, Bobby Plager, Bartley, the list goes on, man.
We love them all. We love them all. We love you too, Dougie.
Yeah,
hey, what, your book? Real quick about your book, man. Like, what's going on with that? Where can people find it? And you know, all that kind of stuff, man. I want to pump that up.
It's on my website. Just look up Doug Gilmour, and it's there. You know what? Who wants to do a book? And
Cam does.
I do.
Cam does. Cam wants to do like 5 books.
Okay, well, you know what? Like a coffee table book with all pictures, I would love that. And like people that haven't seen things before, and that's kind of what I might do next. But they offered me to do a book, and like, why do I want to do a book? And then my dad passed away, and then my mom had dementia, and it's like, son of a bitch, I should have done a book that they could have read, and because it was all about them. You know what I mean? Like the opportunities that we all get that we're blessed to have, and that's all I can say. So that's why I did the book, but I got so many stories that are so funny that it's like, real quick, guys, before you leave, you want to hear this one?
Oh yeah.
95 lockout. 95 lockout. Okay. I go to Switzerland. I'm in Rapperswil. So I think the team pays my lawyer. So it's all good. So my parents move out of their house on Lower Lake, and they're going to a condo. They're getting older. So I sell my cottage about 2 years ago, and there's a suitcase up there, and it's got pictures of me in Switzerland and everything else, and there's 10,000 francs in there.
Tell Cam what a franc is.
I know what it is.
So now call my accountant up. It's like, how do I do this? He goes, well, I got an agent that's he'll take that and he'll send you $10,000 back, US. I'm like, so imagine from 1995 sitting in hopefully a good suitcase, it was locked. It wasn't. And so I sell my cottage. I'm going through everything, and great articles. My parents saved everything, but there's 10,000 francs sitting in there.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
You make it rain that night?
Hey, only you, Dougie.
That was a joke.
Only you could get 127 points and not win the Hart Trophy, by the way. That was
but you know what?
Magical season, man.
Don't forget that Mero came back from cancer that year.
He did.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
so and led the league in scoring
in like 60 games.
Yeah, I know. Good God Almighty.
Yeah.
Well, Dougie, you're the man, dude. And we're glad that we got
guys.
you on,
thank you very much.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see you
anytime, man.
I appreciate you.
Come
doing
out to
this.
St. Louis, man. Again, we're gonna be putting on events once everything opens up again. I'd love to see you again.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. Love to be up there.
All right, Dougie.
Hey guys,
see you, buddy.
Take care. Bye.
All right, that was Dougie Gilmour, man. Honestly, it's an honor to have him on, dude. An absolute legend, and we love the fact that he gave us as much time as he did, dude. He's a cool ass dude.
He answered the questions. He stayed on with us. He was engaged.
Yes, he was.
You don't hear from a guy like that often. He's hidden, a little bit for what he is. Like he kind of is. Like, he doesn't do many of these.
He's kind of around.
He's around, but he doesn't do many podcasts. Is my point.
No, he does not.
No, he does not. That's what I mean by as far as interviews and shit. Yeah, he's gonna go say hi to you.
Yeah.
If you see him at an event, which probably pay him $400,000 to do.
Yeah. So, the cameos are just coming in right now.
I got one from. No, you're not. No,
I got a request from Gilmore for a cameo.
Gretzky wants me to do one for him. Paulina wants me to do one for him. Her and Dustin Johnson. You know what? I kind of want a cameo from Cam right now. Good God.
So listen, Dougie, your cameo's coming. Your cameo's coming. I got to get one for Doug. I think there's a few other people. Patrick Waugh wants one from me. I mean, like a number of.
Well, I'm sure some of the shit kickers want some from me too, just to kind of pump them up a little bit. And like Twister wants to know how to fix his bike in his garage.
So I'll hook that up. So but true story, Doug Gilmour. I wore number 9. A lot of other kids probably did because of him. He wore 39, which made no sense in Calgary. In Calgary, but 93 really fit him, man. He looks like a 93.
He does. Like just the way. Isn't that weird? How Ed Jovanovski, 55. Like you look like a fucking 55. He's got that big old back on him. He's had that kind of cool style where he tucked the shit in. 55 was suitable for him, but 93, man, was perfect. He had a jersey tucked. He had the fucking tuck jersey. He did his shit. Like he was still spinning around. Dude, he's good.
Oh, yeah.
He was so fun to watch, man. Hit you, fight you, slam the penalty box. Everything explodes. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. And he's just such a sweetheart. He's like, hi, I'm down. He turned that switch.
He was so good.
So fucking good, dude. He was so good in juniors.
Overtime goal he scored against St. Louis is like a legendary play.
Spinorama?
In Toronto. It's like, it's not a legendary play where we're from. Like, it's never shown.
I see that goddamn thing all the time.
Well,
no, we see Stevie Y. Eiserman's goal, bar down on fucking Johnny Casey. And then you get Dougie G going like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Oh, I'm going to go this way. No, I'm not. I'm going to go this this and I'm going to bury that mug.
Our boy Rick Zombo defending in front.
He's like, where am I?
He's like, Zombo? Where's Andrew Chuck?
Where's Zombo? That's back whenever like you don't look at the puck carrier. You just like grab a guy and hold him, like box him out. Yeah. So fuck anyway. That Zombo, we love you, dude. Shit, we'll give you a shout out. He's an awesome coach.
That's a legendary highlight that's shown in Canada all the time. Here in St. Louis, people don't like that reminder, especially when it was Doug Gilmour, man.
Again, the Blues have a couple bad ones. Actually, the Blues have the most iconic celebration ever. Bobby Orr. Think about that with fucking old boy. What's his name? Bobby's buddy.
Noel
Picard. And that's Italian. He's more French than Italian. But that's the most famous photo in all sports.
Yeah.
I think it is. Like of all sports.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. And maybe the U.S. hockey team, when they're all celebrating, could be a different one.
Bobby Orr made a lot of money off that photo, man.
Yeah. Yes, he did. Because a guy was supposed to leave. Remember who told us that?
Oh, I heard the story. The sports writer this sports photographer who took that picture, I think he made a shit ton of money too. You know who didn't make a lot of money off it?
Bobby? Oh, no. Oh, Nicole Picard? No, he did.
Later, he made a little bit. He did some autograph shows and stuff like that, yeah.
No, we taught Andy. You did an interview with him back in the day or something.
I did.
And I remember him saying, no, that was great for me. I had to sign that fucking picture. They sold the picture. I signed it, and he made a shit ton of money off of that.
I think late in life he might have.
Yeah. You dude, you're part of that.
I think he was getting
because it was kind of cool. Because he's like, "Fuck you," lifted him up, and it's unbelievable. So you got that one. You got Dougie G. You got, and then you got fucking Stevie Y. Eiserman going bar down. Any other big ones?
How about Janet Gretzky saying Gilmour was the closest thing she had ever seen to her husband? Like that's some pretty good. Like,
I mean, what is that? I mean, she breaking games down. She breaking the games down.
He does. He's got a little bit of flat. He kind of looks like Wayne a little bit. Like
with the jersey tucked and stuff. Not very big. Yeah. Wayne was polite. Gilmour wasn't. No, I mean, they're complete opposite. Though.
I agree with that.
What's Janet? What was she talking about? What else she say? Is that where you get your info from?
Anything the Gretzky say is accurate. You know that.
We love that family, dude.
What should I do for Blaze's birthday party? Real quick, any suggestions? Like how do I do this party?
How about you feed him and give him love? No.
Cake. He's ordering the dog a cake.
Okay. Ask me a question. I'm going to answer it. He doesn't give a shit about a cake. He doesn't give a shit about anything. He wants love, compassion. He wants you to take him for walks. He wants you to feed him on like the same time every fucking day. He wants like you to be organized. He wants love from the family. Can you provide love, Andy? Because he doesn't give a fuck about a cake that you're all not going to eat because you don't eat cake. You don't eat anything. He wants love and dog food and water.
He's tearing up my yard
and walks.
He's tearing
and
up my
clean
yard.
his shit up in the backyard too. I can see you not cleaning his shit up.
Oh, yeah,
you have to have a certain little thing, and you scoop it up every fucking day, and you put it in its own little shit can, and then you take it out and you wrap it up and you put it in the other can. Don't let it sit out there. You're in the wealthy part. Your neighbors are fucking smelling dog fuck all day. Stop it. Yeah, who's you?
I pick that shit up all the time.
Don't.
But he's tearing up my yard. He's putting holes in the yard, and I'm not having it from him right now.
Let him walk. Let him just roam freely in your neighborhood.
So let's hope year number 2 goes a little bit better than year number 1. Okay.
He's a good dog. Shit. He's a good dog.
Hey, let me tell you something, Blake.
Baby.
But where we're going fishing, they allow dogs.
We don't have that much time. We don't have that much time. Stop with this shit. Get to the fucking sponsors. They just got done with Dougie Gilmour. They're probably okay, worn out. They don't want to hear about your goddamn fishing shit. You don't even know what the fucking. You don't even know how to fish. Stop.
So we'll have some pictures.
You don't know how to swim.
Ty and I, and hit me up on Cameo. We can talk about that as well. Andy Strickland is my Cameo.
Yeah.
And $51. It's
I'll bring the goddamn heat for you. It's just that simple.
It's just that you, simple. Dude. This is not about you. You had last show. This is my Cameo. Okay.
Oh God Almighty.
$51. Cam's is $50, and it's.
I'll bring it.
That's how you have to know that when it's cheaper. I
gotta do 4 today, Andy. I gotta do 4 today. Brody's getting $5 each.
When it's cheaper. I go $1 more because it makes me better.
You're better than me at everything. At everything, Andy.
Hey, you know what else is better is Car Shield, man. Car Shield makes every interview better. It makes everybody's sleep better.
Makes our podcast better. Look, this ain't cheap to do. You know, like we bust our ass on this damn thing. We sound like we're goofy here and there, but getting guys, everything costs money. We have engineers who have to cut everything up. So these sponsors, they're not, Andy and I aren't just racking it in. Like we're trying to build this thing up. So man, any other sponsor that wants to join this family where you're dealing with Andy and I, just let us know. Like it helps. It helps keep this thing going. We want to do a lot more shit. Sorry, I decided to throw that out there.
And you can ask me on Cameo too. We can talk about that.
Out of here with that.
So carshield.com, mention the promo code CAM, which is embarrassing. But it'll save you money. So you might as well go ahead and do it. 800-857-2481. And again, get that protection today. Customize the plan that you want, long or short. You can do that with Car Shield. We love having Car Shield with us here on the Cam and Strick Podcast. All right, keepinghandsome.com. Get those bundles. You got the Andy bundle. Should we just focus on the Andy bundle today, or do you want to talk about the Cam bundle too?
Well, I mean, whatever. Talk about the Andy bundle. Like they're both kind of similar. I think mine's probably a little manlier, which makes sense. What do you have? What do they? You have the Nair for your legs? No, or the beard moisturizer. What?
I've got beard moisturizer. Probably comes
for
with
who?
More than one. You may need
more than one. Who? For who?
Probably comes with some allergy. Probably comes with some allergy medicine too, man.
Oh, stupid ass out. You're like Bubble Boy.
Oh my God.
And you're gonna go outside and you got allergies.
Awful.
Lord, you're just in rinks and restaurants.
I had a neighbor when I was a kid. Her name was Sarah. She never ever could go outside. She had like severe allergies. Never left her house, Cam.
Oh God.
I know. So what
a great story that is. Anything else? Any other big stories you got? We just got Doug Gilmore. You're telling an allergy story. What the fuck is going on here?
Let her know you're thinking about her.
Who?
What's her name? Another Cameo.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're just coming in.
Yeah, right.
They're just coming in right now.
Yeah.
The Jansen bundle too, man. So check that out. Keepithandsome.com and support the Montreal Resource Center as we are anti-bullying.
Yes. I chirp Andy, but Andy, we've chirped each other a little bit. That's different. If anybody mess with Andy, he knows I got his back. That's how it goes. I told you about my bullying experience with Raven. Pissed all over me in the goddamn bathroom. And I was like 4th grade. My dad's like, oh my God. He's like, go stick up for yourself. And then we went toe to toe. And then he came out to the house and hung out and stuff like that. So, man, and some of these bullies, guys, honestly, their fucking daddy probably beats them every day. Or their mom has like different step guys coming in, fucking mean to them and shit. Like, you just don't know. Yeah. So it's about just bullying as a whole. It's not just the boys. It's the fucking dads and the families of some of these guys, man. I don't know. It goes deeper than that, dude. It really does.
It does. Yes, it does. All right, Bellman.com, BEHLMANN.com. Check out the Buicks, check out the GMCs, the Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Rams on the other side of the street. It's really incredible stuff. And something for the entire family. They have great trucks that have separate compartments for fishing poles, which is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I bet you are. You're an adventurous kind of guy, aren't you, Andy?
And the dog can go in the back of the bed. Can dogs still go in truck beds? Do they still do that?
I don't think so. No, that's actually a decent question because I remember I used to drive in the back of my dad's pickup truck all the goddamn time. So yeah. No, you didn't. You didn't. You never had a pickup truck in your life.
I've never had a pickup truck.
Are you kidding? My dad always had them. Always. We'd be back there, and one time we're cruising through different things, and my neighbor hit his head and got fucking cut for like 30. And then,
oh my God.
Yeah. And then when you do that with somebody else's son in the back, without somebody else's son in the back, my dad was like, oh God, so embarrassed. Yeah, talk to our neighbor. Like, he was cool about it, but this nowadays that motherfucker would have sued this. You're getting fucking sued like no other.
So, no, but I had friends that had pickup trucks, and we used to ride in the back of the pickups.
I bet you did, Andy. I bet you did. Like, you're such a country boy, too. You're probably way out in the country, like, hunting and swimming and stuff like that, and like little swimming holes. Like, of course, I didn't do that because I grew up in the wealthy part of, like, city. Me and you are such opposites. It's unbelievable. That's exactly what I did growing up, and that's exactly what you didn't do.
We used to swim in cenotes back in the day, okay?
Yeah, back in the day. You did it once with some of your buddies, all dudes in a swimming hole. Sounds like a blast.
Check out Bellman.com and dude, tell them we sent you, and you will. I'd like to say you'll get the royal treatment, but everybody gets the royal treatment there.
They do.
They may give you a tour of the back or something. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, or you can just like find that badass truck, and they don't bug you about it, and they just give you a good deal. Yeah. I mean, I can't it just be like that?
Yeah.
Why can't that was more of a
hiccup. My wife just got me like a little sign, like we put it on the front door cam, like so when the delivery people come, it says "Gone fishing." Okay. Like if we're not home, they know where we're at. Okay.
Like it's all like can we wrap this up? Can we wrap this up, please?
I got some places to go to today as well. All right, DaredevilHockey.com. Protect yourself. Get that protection. Lightweight compression-based layer designed with Kevlar cut-resistant fabric.
I don't read no good.
Overlays. It's got that cut-resistant fabric. That's all you need to know.
All you need to know.
PK Subban, if he was wearing Daredevil hockey gear, then he wouldn't have gotten cut. It's really that simple. So protect yourself. If you're a hockey parent out there, do not let your kids go out there and risk severe skate lacerations, the number one cause of emergency room visits in all of hockey.
It is, Andy. And man, you just don't know when you get cut sometimes. It's fucking dangerous. Yes. Jeff Brown's son got fucking rocked in his Achilles, dude. He's out for like 6 months. Like, you're fucking done. God.
I know. Hey, Cam and Strick is the promo code for Daredevil Hockey. I can't emphasize that enough because it'll save you 25%. That is a great discount.
Yeah.
It's all caps, Cam and Strick for the DaredevilHockey.com. So do that today. All right, when I drive black tie, Cam, and let me tell you something about dry black tie. We just met with Ellie and Dylan the other day. Great people.
Love them.
We got it going on right now.
Yep.
Love the fact that we're promoting dry black tie. And I had a lot of people over the course of the weekend. I was at the country club, and then I was at the restaurant.
So was I, actually. I'm more of a fancy lad than you, and you don't even know it. You act like you're a fancy lad, but I'm actually more of a fancy lad than you, but I try not to be.
I was at the country club on Friday night, and you know that.
Yeah, but you got invited there. I actually am a member at one. Yes, that's a big difference.
But yours is a different one.
It's top 5 in Missouri. It's top 5 in Missouri. What are you talking about?
This one I think is number 1, actually.
Where was it?
Huh?
Where was it?
Old Warson.
Oh, hell yeah, it is. No, Andy, 100. I'll give you that. Yeah. But you got invited there because you certainly cannot be a member at Old Warson. That's a good old boy club out there. St. Louis Country Club's number 1, by the way. Old Warson's like
right by. I knocked on the general manager's door because Gretzky just belonged there too. Actually, Gretzky's a member there. Big Walt Pronger, all those guys.
Big boys. Yep.
How do I belong? Can I get in?
You ain't got no money for that, partner. That's like a lot of coin, dude. That's a lot of coin. So good old club, good old boys club.
Cam, the GM said, "Yeah, just get back to me. Just send me an email like what you can bring to the table. Can you help me out with that?"
You say I'll give you a shout out on Fox Sports.
or
Bally, whatever. Yeah. Well, you're not getting in there, partner.
So when I drive black tie, and of course, if you want to drive a Range Rover, You want to drive a G-Wagon, BMW, Porsche. I mean, now you can do that. You just download the app and then you select the membership that you want to belong to. They drop off the car. They pick up the old one. And check this out. No credit checks. You don't even have to have credit. You can structure it for a weekend. You can do it by the day. You can do it by the week, whatever you want to do, by the month. It's an amazing. You want to do a year-long membership. You want to lease this car, structure your miles the way that you want. Check it out. And again, blacktie.com or driveblacktie.com. That's the website. You can always hit us up on Instagram or Twitter, and we can lead you in the right direction. We will help guide you. You can shoot me a message on Cameo too, and I'll get right back.
Get on with yourself.
$51 on Cameo. We can do that. All right.
I'll bring it. You all know that.
Yeah. What? We appreciate Doug Gilmour for joining us. I got to go birthday shopping for Blay. I got to get the blues practice. I got a lot of stuff coming up.
I got shit going on too. We got shit going on there. So can we wrap this up?
I gotta get some new bait. I don't know what kind of bait I want to go with.
Andy, let's go. Go to the goddamn gas station, get a thing of worms. You've never even done that shit. See, the gas stations where you fucking live, they don't have worms in the fridge. Yeah, out by me, they got worms. And you can get worms and you put them on a hook and then you'll get something. But then once you get something, you're such a pussy, you're not even going to touch the fish. So Ty's going to be like, it's going to be a disaster.
Listen, I got to go. My Cameo is absolutely just blowing up right now. Okay. Andy Strickland hit me up on Cameo and we'll talk about that. We'll have an update.
Why don't you beg people? Why don't you beg people?
Oh, that's fine. We'll have an update on how it's going on the next
Why don't you just walk out in your street with a fucking little pail and say, feed the poor. And then you'll get, that will accumulate more than your cameos.
$1 per cameo being donated to charity.
Brody.
All right. I hope you enjoyed Doug Gilmour as much as we did, man. We appreciate it. Much respect, Dougie. Killer.
Love you, buddy. Love you, buddy.
One of the best ever, man. And really appreciate him giving us some time. Again, camandstrick.com. Check out the website. Any information you're looking for, it's all there for you. And we'll continue to bring it on the Cam and Strick Podcast.